Hey guys, what's up? So we're live again. I think we're live again. So we're back for the Blacklist versus RRQ Brazil. Are you hyped? It's your favorite, well, most of your guys' favorite team, Blacklist International. So who do you think will win this? Is it gonna be Blacklist or RRQ Brazil? Like I said, RRQ Brazil had been looking good, and Blacklist International, to be honest, kind of barely made it on the upper brackets. But I mean, it is the Blacklist, man. Did they just had a bad conditioning at the start of the group stage, or did they really intentionally lose, just like what the other guys have been saying, just like what the coach of the Blacklist had said? Did they intentionally lose to avoid Onyx, or were they just trolling? Who knows? Who knows? But we will see if we will see their performance right now. So 3 minutes, 30 seconds. What's up, guys? Reynald Torres. Abit, Tico. Did TV... The heck? Did it lag? Why did it stop? Oh, yo. Did TV get KO'd? Not yet. The lower brackets matches has not yet started. Because the Valley is now currently on the lower brackets, together with the other teams that had been taken out during the group stage. But no one is still yet eliminated. The teams that lost on the group stage are just now currently in the lower brackets. Ooh, Wise. Venus, here we go. Cute master the basics. English real Elgin's real name, I want to know. My real name is Elgin. It's what's in my driver's license. It's Elgin Ray. Hype, what's up? What are you guys? How are you guys doing? By the way, we're gonna publish a video after the live stream, ba? Yeah, we will publish a video after the live stream. We will give you a sneak peek during the live stream on what about the video that we're gonna publish. Yeah, India definitely loves MLBB because India, even though the game is banned in India, there's still a lot of Indian players out there. So they're using VPN. Here we go, Blacklist. Nice outfit by the Blacklist, to be honest. Next one is RRQ Akira from Brazil. Mahal kita, idol. Love from India. Hype, what's up, Hype? Blacklist all the way. All the way, Blacklist. No VPN. I'm Indian. Oh, really? I thought India can access without VPN. I thought it was banned. Is it tap? Yo, Daniel, our single member. Shout out to Hola Hola. What's up? In Bhutan, we use VPN. Ooh. Oh, is it tap? Do you use tap? Oh, only in Play Store, but not in tap. So tap saves the day. I also use tap whenever I have to play some early access games, you know. When there's a new MMORPG game. Shout out Elgin, most legit content creator in terms of MLBB updates from Joseph Sale. What's up? Elgin, pogi ka ba? I'm not sure. My mom said so though. I use Panda VPN. Ooh. Shout out Kotaro Kashima. What's up? Kotaro Kashima. Yeah, tap. Suraj Gujong. Eggy Excalibur. I use tap too from Hannah Dizon. Why do you use tap Hannah Dizon? Looks like you're from PH with that last name. Elgin, what's your real name? My real name is Elgin. Elgin Ray. Elgin Ray. I love you. What's up, Elgin? Shelly Nandeban. What's up? Geotopia. How are you guys doing? Slay Queen V. Here comes Queen V. Is Queen V gonna slay this match? Is she gonna slay with her support? Where are you from? We're from PH. Paturo mag-shout ka sa Elgin. If you... we can't shoutcast, man, if we actually tried before. On our first live stream, it was RRQ Indonesia versus Todak. I showed the guys our shoutcasting skills. The other guys can tell you what's the reaction on our shoutcasting skills. Happy New Year again. Yeah, Happy New Year, guys. So, had lunch? Yeah, already. How to be po, Elgin? I don't know, man. MK Tutorial MC. Hey, guys, what's up? Which team are you supporting? Okay, here we go. I do think that Blacklist is the better team, even though they did kind of poorly on the group stage. I still think Blacklist is the better team than RRQ Akira, RRQ Brazil. But like I said, we're always rooting for the underdogs, and the underdog on this match is gonna be RRQ Brazil. This is actually RRQ Brazil's debut match on an M4 tournament, and they're already in the upper brackets. They're already doing good. So I would like to see the momentum of RRQ Brazil keep on going. But, and that's a lot of buts, I do think that Blacklist is the better team. The more stable, more experienced. I mean, they're the freaking defending champion. They were the champion for a reason last M3. So, I would love RRQ to win, but I do believe Blacklist will take this. Shout out Studio Gimli, what's up? Let's go. Sheesh, random guy. Shout out Arkin Hansen Katigbe. Why your voice is so good? D-Zone, what's up? Shout out Idol, Ronan Lyuk. Blacklist, yeah, by the way, what? Hello again, Big Flappa, what's up? Ooh, Freaky Ali, I see that you're an old school subscriber, because if you've been subscribed on our channel since the ML Guide days, you know how bad we were before on our voice. Void, what's up? Because the first time we started our YouTube channel, it had no voice, but it still got a bit famous. It was still getting a lot of views even without the voice. Then we added the voice, and once we added the voice, people were begging me to stop. Even the loyal fans was begging me to stop. I mean, they were not hating. They were just telling me to, oh God, please stop with the voice. we can listen. We can watch the video without the voice. And to be honest, they were telling the truth. I was really that bad when we first started. I sounded drunk. Man. And they were not. There were haters telling me bad words and stuff, telling me to stop. But there were also good subscribers who was also begging me to stop. So, and what they said, to be honest, was quite true. It was hard to the ears. Sample naman nung drunk I can. It was really bad though, to be honest. So I think that's one of the things you have to accept on YouTube. Sometimes what the haters are saying are also true. So just accept it and get better. Jill Ziga Ziga. Have you tried balot? Yeah, we eat balot. Have you ever thought of playing on tournaments with the boys? It's hard to play on professional tournaments like this ones, because these pro players, that's their job, man. They play like 8 hours per day, tuning up their team for months before the tournament starts. Although we do also play a lot of ML, a lot of our time also goes to the video editing and animations. What's Jill Ziga Ziga? Have you visited Malaysia? Not yet. Do you know Fuego, Kuya Elgin? Yeah, we do know Fuego. I love all your video, MK Tutorial MC. No, we're actually not yet married. I have 4 kids though, but not yet married. Hopefully soon, if we get more cash. By the way, once the draft pick starts, we're gonna shut up so that you guys can understand more on how these pro players think. and what the caster thinks of this draft pick. So I'm gonna shut up for now, guys. And let's enjoy the game of the Blacklist and RRQ Akira. Let's check out their draft pick. I'll answer all of your questions later after the game. Yeah, I do know Hororo-chan, but not personally though. Yeah, we kind of changed our voice a bit when we're recording. It goes like this before the draft pick start. Hey guys, what's up? So Leomord Sabiskin is finally here, and it's looking amazing. His ultimate has all the hero and the skins as background effects. There, for the guys who were asking. Now I'm really gonna shut up and let's listen to the draft pick.
Well, first pickup, it's gonna be that carry, what we see often. I mean, teams so far love this carry pick. It's definitely a force to be reckoned with, whoever gets to play it, and very scary in the gold lane. I mean, we saw some even amazing things yesterday in that Echo matchup. So obviously a high priority hero, but they're gonna have to trade it for 2 here for RRQ Akira, and there's a lot on the table, right? That Fredrin we've seen pop up a lot, still doesn't have the best win rate, but is definitely a priority choice. You still also have, now in the mid lane, Eve is gone, right? You can take the Farsa if you want to.
The Valentina?
The Valentina is still, you want to see the Benedetta locked in right now?
Yeah, right now.
Well, you get the Valentina for now.
The Valentina and the Yuzong has been secured here for RRQ Akira, signaling to Blacklist that, you know, if you want to have a strong black line, no worries. We have the Yuzong to go in straight with the Way of Dragon and disrupt that. So now Blacklist, though, they have the option to work around that. Try go in for dive heroes, not have too much of a strong backline. This can actually counter the gameplay that RQ Akira want to bring onto Blacklist.
And not only that, but with the Valentina as well, you know, it definitely changes the whole draft perspective. I can say that Valentina isn't as threatening as she was, you know, 3, 4, 5 months ago. She's a bit more playable, but hold on a second. There it is. Eterna, Blacklist deems RQ worthy tonight. They deem them worthy because the Estes is in there, and Edward picks up the Benedetta.
I like this too, right? The quote there, in all M series, Oheb is ranked 2nd in total kills with 178. In all M series, Oh My Venus was ranked 2nd in total assists with 380. And we learned earlier who was number 1. I believe that was Vin, right? Vin was number 1. And I mean, with the Estes coming out here, the Benedetta too, this is what we saw in the comparison between the 2 XP laners, right? Edward and Takashi. So it's going to be a showdown. Now, the thing is that interaction, Benedetta, Yuzong, who gets the better value from it throughout the game, that comes down to the players, right? That's what's so exciting about these XP laners.
Depends on the pilot, 100%. It depends on the pilot. But look at this, RRQ Akira, they secured their next hero, and that is going to be the Hayabusa for King himself. So coming into the second phase of the drafts, because the Estes has already been picked up, I wouldn't predict, I wouldn't assume that there would be something like a Kufa ban coming in from Blacklist, but RQ Akira, they're trying to limit that EXP lane because of the Benedetta that still can be flexed, right? The Fredrin is going to be taken out, and there are still a lot of options on the board, but Trex, what do you think Blacklist might be banning away? Maybe the Atlas going against the Estes?
I think maybe really banning into the gold lane, possibly. Trying to limit down Gusta Lagusta could be a possibility. We do still have the Benedetta open. They want to try to give Oheb as good as a game as possible here. We know how strong that carry can carry, right? Now, on the other side, it does seem like Akira maybe wants to focus into Wise here, and they want to maybe limit some of those bulkier heroes in the jungle, especially since they already locked in, you know, the Hayabusa, a bit more of a squishy, someone that can possibly be bullied if that's what Blacklist wants to bring, but it does seem like they're going to ban out that Cho, target Louise here, so maybe switch gears, forget the gold lane. We trust Oheb no matter who they pick. We're going to try to limit down Louise, and we do know Louise can make some big plays happen.
I like this because part of me is wondering, right? You notice this second phase of the draft is going much slower. And something that I'm wondering is, yeah, what do you lock in the jungle for Wise, right? Now, it wouldn't be crazy if Benedetta even appeared in the jungle, but so far, if you want to run with a utility jungler here for Wise, it is possible. And at the same time, you got to keep in mind, you're going to be going against the Hayabusa, right? So does that end up being the assassin matchup? Do they decide to opt for the utility jungle, be a little more tanky, provide yourself the peel, that durability, because you already know, with Yuzong's across from you, plus the Hayabusa, they're going to be everywhere. They're going to be shooting for the back line, like you mentioned, Eterna, and at the same time, you have to be conscious here of the ultimates that you provide to that Valentina. That's something you always have to keep in mind with this draft, and I feel like that's really why we see this as a slower pace, when sometimes those drafts just happen so quickly. It's really going to be up here to Master Basics, Coach Bonchan, to decide what do we take for these last 2 picks, and also not playing into that Valentina option.
So, Eterna did mention the Atlas.
Yo, thank you for the donation, Banana. Thank you for the $50. 50 pesos donation. I love Banana. Oh, it's Doggy. What's up, Doggy? Doggy Brazil version. Also, you can see Aloja there. One of the owners, I think, of Blacklist.
In that Beatrix for Gusta Lagusta here. I like it. I definitely like it.
All right. Why do you like the Beatrix pick?
You like it because of the win rate?
Well,
Did
no,
you see the win rate?
That is true, but it shreds through some of this tankiness. It can shred through with all the heal that's going to come from Oh My Venus here. It's going to be able to possibly get through that. And if Wise does pick, a signature tanky role for the jungle, they already have an answer locked in, and they do, in turn, bring in that Barats.
Oh, this is a strong front line, right?
Typical Blacklist.
Typical Blacklist. Naisu, maybe you have a better comment about this, right? Because when I look at this, I don't know if RRQ Akira have enough damage to penetrate through this, right? Because the Barrets in itself is already so sustainable, coming in with the healing from Estes.
Like, the great thing here is, now, the carry is, yes, when you look at the lineup, you think Blacklist International, maybe you interchange this carry with a different marksman pick, but still, it is them, right? It's their signature here. I think what this is going to actually do for RRQ Akira, aside from really limiting these options for Rome, for Luis, is now you have to force yourself to build against all that sustain and, of course, the tankiness. But you guys called this earlier. The Atlas comes out here for the last pick for RRQ Akira.
That was all Eterna who called that pick.
It's typical, right? When you see an Estes, you know that the opponent is going to clump up as 5. So how can you take them down as a whole? The thing that Blacklist did was take out Lolita, which makes sense, right? Because Luis loves the Lolita. He hasn't picked up the Atlas before, so they're playing into that. But now RRQ Akira, they're taking a risk here. They're picking up the Atlas, and every time I see an Atlas pop up on screen, I feel the hype, and I'm so excited to see how exactly they can actually pull this off.
Most definitely now, the coaches have walked off the stage. The crowd is ready. I think everyone around the world right now is ready for this. Now, Naisu, how you feeling about that draft?
I like it, man. And we're going to be jumping right in here to game number 1 between Blacklist International and RRQ Akira. Who's going to make first blood? It's up to both of these teams for a strong start.
First up, look at how many purifies that Blacklist has, right? That's got to be 3. We'll see it in just a moment, but this shows that Blacklist, they are going to respect the potential that RRQ Akira has with the Atlas last pick coming through. We have the Purify on Haji, on Oh My Venus, as well as Oheb. So it's not going to be as easy for RRQ Akira now, as they are going to have to calculate on all these spells and their timers.
Oh, right now, already the focus on the top side is first blood for Haji, under a minute in.
Yeah, Edward already claiming some dominance in that top side, but honestly, Blacklist did work that into it. We have to watch out for Haji, though, with the rotation of this Farza early on, using that wings by wings. They're going to be trying to make ganks quick. They're going to be trying to make ganks very, very fast, and how that affects RQ Brazil is, since they have King on this Hayabusa, you want to kind of play aggressive early on. And if Blacklist can slow them down in that, if they can take an early on lead, it's going to be a very rough game for them.
It's going to be tough. I completely agree with you here. You can already feel the pressure that has been built by Blacklist here even earlier on. And whenever Blacklist wants to go in, since RRQ Brazil, they're a little bit more reliant on that level 4, the rotation doesn't seem to be as fast, and therefore they're drawing into the tempo that Blacklist initially wants. And here you go, Haji, once again into the top side.
Yeah, he was up there. Takashi looks like he got a couple shots, and he's going to go ahead and recall for now. But you can see, right, how much focus and pressure is being put up in that XP lane. You want to go ahead and give that advantage to Edward the earliest that you can, which has already been done, despite him having that assist there. And yes, Haji grabbing that first blood. Mystery Shop, going to be able to build those burst items that he needs, probably that Clock of Destiny here, and scale. But it looks like RRQ setting their eyes on OHEB here on the bottom side. Shadow Kill going to come out. Turtle is secured though. Still looking for the kill. The Flicker committed. And they grab the kill, but they trade the Turtle.
Not a terrible trade, honestly. I'm almost on the brink of believing that if you can get that trade, the gold lane for the Turtle, it almost evens out, right? Especially because they need Gusta Lagusta to be ahead right now. And OHEB, you don't want him to just farm for free. I think a big win condition for RRQ Brazil here is going to be get onto OHEB, slow him down as much as possible, and make sure that Gusta Lagusta can get these items in. And speaking of items, we had a little bit of a start there. Did start to see a little bit of penetration coming in for Gusta Lagusta.
Yeah, I think Gusta Lagusta is going to focus on building that BOD next. So a really heavy as well as expensive item, but it is going to give that power spike that we usually see Beatrix have. Now on the opposing side, but wait a minute, here, King goes in.
Yeah, but, you know, again, this is the sustained game here. Blacklist International are going to be just fine with that. That's the question, right? How soon or who builds that anti-sustain item on RRQ Akira here? They're going to need something, right, to work around that. Because you do have multiple options, right? You can go with Dominance Ice if you want. You've got the Blade as well available to you. I mean, there's tons of things. Yeah, and at the same time, Sustain is going to outpace RRQ Akira unless, like you guys mentioned, Gusta Lagusta can get those early items, already running that weapon mastery as well. But Luis, eyes set on the bottom side. There's the Purify though. King gonna come in for the backside, gets the Shadow Kill. Oh my Venus, still gonna survive, and that's exactly what we're talking about. The Sustain is the game.
The potential that RRQ Brazil actually had initially because of the Atlas annihilated, right? They need to be able to find a way to bait out perhaps the Purify from maybe Sagan, and then you can see that Luis can find a huge moment, but once again, Luis.
Edward owing in with the angle, able to secure a kill as Luis falls. Using that Electro final blow and also just getting a bunch of extra gold here.
Can we just talk about the fact that Edward is in the bottom lane right now, in the gold lane, all the way from the top side? This is the problem when you give Edward that Benedetta. He's one of the most proactive EXP laners in, I mean, all of MLB, especially with a movable, with a mobility hero like that. He's all over the map early on already.
I mean, look at the pressure he's already putting there. Takashi, though, Black Dragon form going to come out. It's King that falls. They're still going to be going, though. Haji now focusing on Luis. He's in trouble. Almost didn't even need to get eaten up by Wise as he falls as well. And now it's Gusta Lagusta on the run here. 4 members of Blacklist International going to get cut off by Agent Zero. Grabbing another kill here, going to the hands of Haji.
One by one, they all fall down to the Blacklist International Ube strategy. Haji, OHEB, as well as Oh My Venus, they're being so active on the board, and it makes sense, right? You can see the Farsa already starting to hit that damage power spike because of the emblem she brought in, as you can see here on your screen. That mystery shop is going to make getting those items way quicker, and right now, it's starting to make a huge problem for RRQ Hoshi. They're already standing at a 5,000 gold lead.
You know, one thing I'm a little bit worried about is King's emblem choice, right? He's not going to get a whole lot of 1v1s here, especially dealing against Blacklist, who we know like to clump up. Now, taking a look at these items, Beatrix has locked in that bot, but wait a second.
You're going to find Edward. Can he escape? It's 4 members. RRQ Akira. Edward survives.
They just can't seal the deal right now. It is starting to become a problem. The survivability right now of Blacklist, even without Oh My Venus around.
Haji. Okay, he gets the flicker out. As you were saying, Trex.
Nothing too major there, but at this point, Blacklist is just controlling the map. I always like to refer to them as more of a rubber band team, but when they do get that advantage early on, it is just trouble for the enemy team because they bring some of these late game heroes like Barat. So if they can get a gold lead on you, like 6K right now, it's just so hard to come back from.
It's hard, but the one thing that I noticed is because Blacklist, they're rotating as 5 most of the time, maybe 3-1 split. Edward goes in a separate lane. They need to still be aware of those side lanes, right? Because previously we saw that RRQ Brazil was able to push that bottom side a little bit, get a little bit of chunk from the tower, and maybe that's how they can work around it.
I do like the fact that Brazil did not try to contest that turtle, right? They know the deficit they're in right now, and I think at this point their only option is to not force fights. Blacklist, I don't think, is going to make any mistakes at all, honestly. And as we're now seeing on the screen, Oh My Venus picked SDs 57 times with 46 wins. That is an 86% win rate.
Wise. Takashi, just like that, they're going to go ahead and grab it and the turret here. This is the discipline of Blacklist International. They also have that massive lead, like you guys were mentioning. And yeah, going back to it, that's an 80% win rate on the Estes here.
It's huge.
Definitely
it's huge.
very, very
and
insane.
it's not something that we're concerned about. Like, we're not surprised because that is Venus's power hero. And at the moment, this is looking just like a clean-cut, well-executed game for Blacklist right now, giving no room for RRQ Akira to breathe at all. I mean, they're taking all the jungles away. They're taking all the buffs away. And the Hayabusa, he needs this buff. It's so difficult for him to play anything on the board, realizing once again, like we mentioned, the high and dry. And because they're rotating together, we haven't seen the positive outcome from it. As now, we're going to take a look at the items here 8 minutes in.
Well, I mean, item-wise, it's looking good for Blacklist International. 8K gold lead, like we mentioned, 8 minutes in. Again, it's only been 8 minutes, right? And it's tough. It's a tough situation to be in if you're RRQ Akira here, because are you in a position to actually contest the first Lord of the game? Probably not. Should you let it go? Now that's up to them. It's better because you don't have to get wiped out. As you see, Wise using the Daytona's welcome, not going to get fatal linked at all.
You know, so much pressure was on Luis in this game from the very start. We called the Alice pick. He did end up picking it, but right now, with 3 Purifies on the board, Wise with the Daytona's welcome that is pretty much a Purify in itself. I mean, there's just nothing that RRQ Brazil can do right now to make the play happen. It is just spelling trouble all over, and I don't really see a way they can come back.
It's brutal at this point, right? I mean, you can see the only thing that they can do is try and utilize the high mobility of the Hayabusa. Try split the map, try push those side lanes, try and bait Blacklist from going to the opposite side of the map. But even then, it does still feel like Blacklist is already onto this. And so they're responding accordingly with Edward.
I mean, here's the question, right? Most people that have been watching Blacklist International for a while now know that when the Estes is locked in by Oh My Venus, they're going to go to what they're known for, the Ube strat, ultimate bonding experience. Who's usually the hero that counters that? Well, Atlas is a great choice, but when you can't actually utilize that ultimate, the Fatal Links, because there's also, what, 3 Purifies? Make it 4, technically, with Wise on the Barretts. It's really hard to work around that when you don't have the damage for even follow-ups if it's a mishap. So, as you can see already, RRQ Akira going to lose the mid lane here. Actually, they're holding on to it a little bit, but OHEB decides to take it down anyway, even with Lord taken out. And RRQ Akira trying to hold on a little bit longer into this game. It's 10 minutes in. Does Blacklist International go for this bottom side inhibitor? We also have King just clearing up on the top side. The rest of the team defending in the base. You can already see the poke here from Blacklist International. Luis might be looking for an initiation. Gets the Fatal Links off, but gets punished right away as Luis falls. Takashi going to go in, though. King to follow. Gusta La Gusta getting the shutdown. The second has to flicker out. Gets taken out with a double from Moab. And this could very well be it for game number 1. As the minions push into the mid side of Blacklist International, looking to end it before the 11-minute mark. Can RRQ Akira hold on? And it looks like they do for a little bit longer.
I mean, I don't know how much longer. Blacklist are playing extremely aggressive. They know they don't even need to play super disciplined. They can take what they want right here, taking another look at these items. Wait a second, Brazil trying to possibly push out.
The sustain, though. Wise, Daytona's welcome, gonna get eaten up right away. King falls here in the mid lane. Another punish. Just RRQ Akira has no entrance. Whether it's in the front, whether they're looking from the side angles, the back with Yuzong, it just does not work right now.
Yeah, it just seems like there is not an answer for them. It might be time to start thinking about game 2. I think the only possibility here, like if I really want to play the devil's advocate, is try to get them to use those Purifies with either the Atlas or Takashi on this Yuzong, try to bait out those Purifies, and then whoever baited them, the next big CC needs to come in and get them. But that is asking a lot, especially the way Blacklist are playing this. And once either of them goes in, Oheb is so farmed already. He's the second highest gold. No, he's got the second highest damage on the board as we speak. Once they go in, he is shredding them down.
It's hard. It's difficult. I completely agree with you. I would try and bait with Sagan on the Valentina, perhaps with a big play, but even then, it's not possible. They can't look for pickoffs either, and every time King looks for a split push, you see him being taken off the board and giving Blacklist a bigger lead than they already have. And up until this point here, Luis goes for something here.
Oh.
Let's see what they can do. But
Another Purify.
there you go, Purify.
Right, that seems to always be the answer. Hachi gonna get to half health, healed up right away. Saigon though going in, not gonna be able to get anything as he falls. Hachi to grab the kill. Lord here, 1/4 health. Who's gonna be able to grab it? It's Oheb with the killing spree. King goes in, can't out Retry Wise. Trying to run away from his life, goes back. Oh no! He goes back and gets taken out. 3 fall for RRQ Akira.
The way they were waiting at the shadows. He tries to go back. He sees them all there. He's like, nope, I'm back. And then he's right back at the rest of the team. There was no escape for King there. This could be the end for Blacklist.
It's not looking good whatsoever, as once again, Blacklist going to be pushing this mid lane.
Well, they're going in. Luis, one more effort here. Wise going to eat him up. Lord still being worked on. The Crystal half health. They might just lock it in. Edward finally goes down, though. RRQ Akira still holding on. Feathered Airstrike going to come out, too, but they're pushing it in. A couple hits away. It is Blacklist International taking first blood.
Well, there we go. Man, RRQ got murdered, massacred. Whoop, their Blacklist, god dang it. Man, Blacklist came back with a vengeance. That was just one-sided match. Well, hopefully on the second match, RRQ Brazil can show us a better game. Hopefully they answer back. Come on, guys. But, man, Hayabusa really won't do anything there with all that. Bad pick for Hayabusa. They already got... Didn't they already got Estes before they picked Hayabusa? Estes came in first, right? Before... I mean, RRQ already saw that Blacklist already has Estes, right? Or was I wrong? Yeah, Estes came in first and they still went for Hayabusa. So what's up, 1.5 viewers? We're gonna be waiting for the second game, but as things look right now on the first game, is it gonna be as an exciting match as we thought it would be, or is it gonna be a 0-3? Hopefully RRQ Brazil show us a better match. And who knows? Upset? Maybe? Yeah, too one-sided though. Elgin, Baksha would have been a better pick here. Baksha would have been a better pick. Have we seen... I think the only once had we seen Baksha on this M4 event. Haya took a massive L, yeah. There's Dexy and Alodia cheering. Imagine being in a team wherein Alodia and Dexy is cheering for you. One day, right? Maybe one of you guys will be able to join the pro scenes and have Dexy shouting your name. Like, Mark! Go, Mark! Or Alodia, right? Mark! Probably one day, who knows, man. You're gay, Clarence? Sure. Anything works, man. Tahimik lang si Mark. She's already a grandma when that happens. I mean, it's still Alodia. How about Aterna? Aterna. Ooh, anything works for me, man. Shout out for Forever Together. What's up? Kuya, paano kung hindi lalaki? Oh, if it's a girl, if you're a pro game, yeah, we definitely need pro girls on this M4 tournaments, man. The Mina, if you know the Mina, Occupied Thrones, one of the teams. The tournament they came from, they actually had some pro female players on the Middle East, North Africa tournaments. So hopefully we see a female pro player out there, man. A lot of the guys are gonna be cheering for her. Pro gamer, all girl team. I don't think it has to be an all girl team. It doesn't have to be, I don't think it doesn't have to be an all girl team. As long as the girls are gonna be joining the game, Shout out to Arthur Nung. Yeah, female pro players are rare nowadays, but hopefully we get some soon on ML. Yeah, mixed teams are great, are fine. I don't think it has to be about them having an all female gender. Just like everyone else, just join mixed team. Anything works. Guys, Mark. Shout out Tamashi, what's up? Clarence, can you say uwu? I don't even know how to pronounce uwu. Is that a moan? Uwu. I am failing at the stuff you're Nunu gagawin? There will be female official tournament in February. Female official tournament? I think they should just join the other guys because it's a game, man. There's unlike in sports. I understand why in sports there's a female what do you call this? Like there's a female side and a male side version of the sports, because sports, man, I mean males are physically bigger than most, not all, but most females. So I get why they are categorized. But in the gaming, I don't think they need to be separated, man. Just go all in. Yeah, just for the game, just go, man. Unless that female team is, for more of an advertisement, which that stinks. I think it should just be go as gamers. Do you know how to sing? I can't, man. I can't. Best girl Elgin, they should pick Kagura. We would love to see. Kagura has yet to do good in M4. The last Kagura we saw was Ultimate of Claude. Are you half Filipino? Now we're Pinoy. We're 100% Pinoy. I have dark skin, man. Best girl Elgin pulling out his cards to not offend anyone. To be honest though, right? It's kind of weird that they're gonna separate. If it is true though, if it's true that they're gonna have a separate female tournament, yeah, why? Elgin, they should pick Kagura. I know. I would love to see Kagura doing good. Why no one pick lane? Yo, we're doing good, Dora. Dora the Destroyer. Nice name, Dora the Destroyer. Unofficial MLBB, what's up? Oh, snap. That's you guys are stereotyping. Is it true, though, girls? Some of the... Okay, I don't want to start a debate on the chat version, but some of the guys on the chat are saying that the female players are just going to pick Layla and Angela. That's a lie. That's a lie, though. Elgin, they should pick Kagura. Yeah, Brian, I saw. Barian, I saw your comment. They should have picked Kagura. I would love to see Kagura as well. How's na? Please don't fight. Please don't make this into a gender issue, man. Especially in gaming, man. Female, male, all equals. Who just means who has the fastest finger. Who's smarter in terms of tactics, strategy. Unlike in sports, why is Sicilian missing? I think we've only seen Sicilian once ever since the M4 started. Only once. Is Luo Yi a decent pick? Elgin, how old are you? We're 36. We're 36 years old. 36 years old. Faster what? I mean, I said faster fingers. With just okay, we're gonna ignore that one. I'm sure RQ. No, no, man. I meant. Okay, let's change subject. So second match. Will RRQ Brazil answer back, or is Blacklist gonna dominate the game? Let's find out. Patingin nyo sa channel ni. Nah, we're actually not yet married. I have 4 kids. We're gonna get married soon. Hopefully, if I have cash. Give me money and I will marry, man. Pag From Mark Hill Katalig. Pag pinakinggan ko mga kantang sinulat mo, pinapatibok mo ng kay bilis ang puso ko. Pag pinakikinggan ko ang mga kantang sinulat mo, pinapatibok mo ng kay bilis ang puso ko. What? Yeah, money is key. They all purify. Atlas. Just imagine Atlas's face on this match, man. Like everyone, three guys has purify. And Estas with the sustain. Oh, it's a song lyrics? K, Shiro Gain, what's up? Come on, let's go. Second game. We want to see the second game. Di na ako pinansin, di nakita lab. Angelo Pasqua, the second. What's up, bro? I did not see some of your comments because the comment section is going a bit fast. Elgin, pa-YouTube studio tour ka naman sa channel mo. If you wanna see our YouTube studio, you can just check the Elgin and the Boys vlog channel. We have a vlog channel which is Elgin and the Boys, but it might be painful to your eyes. We do parody sketches there. And I know a lot of you guys have not yet seen that. And if you see that, you might have a different opinion of me. Because we really did some... Is it cringe? But we did some corny sketches there. Like parody sketches on our Elgin and the Boys vlog video. You might... RV, what's up? What's up, RV? House tour po, Lods? I can't move the camera right now. And besides, we're waiting for... only 30 seconds left before the second game. A lot of you... If Blacklist wins this, the final participants... Well, not really final, but the upper brackets, guys, it's gonna be PH against Indonesia because Echo is PH, Blacklist is PH, and then the winner of the other match is Onyx, which is Indonesia, and then the other team, another Indonesian team, which is the RRQ, which is another RRQ, but that's RRQ Indonesia. So it's I think that says a lot on the Indonesian players and PH players. It's shout out. Shout out to Ichigo Kurosaki. Nice, Ichigo. What the heck are you doing here? Your show ended already. Efren Sadi Jr., what's up? Is Oh My Venus a girl or a guy? Oh, I don't know what. Okay. So a lot of the guys are asking for PH versus PH, like Echo versus Blacklist. So will we see a PH versus PH, or is it gonna be Indonesia versus Indonesia? Ichigo's new episodes. Shout out to Jun Santiago. What's up, Jun Santiago? Nathan is very OP right now. I think we have not yet seen Nathan, or I think only once, ever since M4 started. Pabuhat Lods. I can't play right now. Shout out to me, Daddy Elgin. Oh, I have another son. I have another kid, apparently. Robert E.O. Beans Wagon. What's up, Robert? Yeah, Barian. Shout out, Kuya Mac. What's up, Kuya Mac? How are you doing? Elgin, do you miss the old Kagura? Definitely, I miss the old Kagura before her revamp. The old Kagura was just different, man. Mistaken father. Why not pick Luoyi? Ooh, again, guys, once the draft pick starts, we're gonna shut up. Elgin, do you like nuts? Daniel, I like peanuts. I like the nuts that's not actual nuts, you know? The food nuts. We love food nuts that are food. I don't think I answered that properly enough, but we do like nuts that are food and not the usual nuts that you guys eat. So I'm gonna shut up and let's go to the draft pick. And let's check out the draft pick.
Do you grab it possibly for Takashi maybe this time? Same thing. Do you leave the Ez open because you had such a hard time working around that sustain train from Blacklist International the previous game?
But this is what I mentioned, right? If you want to target...
Yo, Fanny, thank you for the 37 pesos, 37 bucks. Thank you for the donation, X-Fanny X17. Shout out to X-Fanny. Also, yeah, we do support LGBT, man. Everything works. Anything works.
Even though they have first pick, but they also don't want that to fall into the hands of Blacklist.
Most definitely, and there are still a lot of things open on the board. You still have the Glue, you still have the Kaja, you still have a lot of options to go. Now, I feel like when you're first pick, first ban, I like target bans, right? Because you leave some things open for yourself, but you don't want to leave too much open because we know Blacklist can answer back with two of their own. Now, I would argue, honestly, that yes, the Mastermind did come a bit into the draft last game, but it was also some of the shot calling during game, taking that early pick to make sure Edward could be proactive on the map in the EXP lane, and it just seemed like every time RRQ tried to make a tempo of their own going into the gold lane, trying to make ganks, they could not succeed. Now, RRQ does have first pick here.
First pick, this is a very weighted decision, right? Because like you guys are mentioning here, I mean, even looking at the first phase of bans, they're kind of focused more towards, you know, mid lane and of course Edward. But we see RRQ Akira locking the Glue here, who's I feel like has been up in the air so far for the M series, right? So that's the thing, you're going to trade over the carry, and I would have actually loved to see RRQ Akira possibly pick up that carry, right? We see how valuable it is, and the Eve was open. So Blacklist International taking that.
Oh, but we do have a quote here from Bonchan. Interestingly enough, they are still in their prime, I believe. If the five of them are still playing, they can break any code. We'll see if that actually happens here, because they are leading in the series 1-0 as the main five. As when we're coming back into the drafts here, we see that RRQ Akira have secured the Lolita as well as the Claude. So now they're starting to go for their comfort. I'm wondering if Blacklist might pick up something like the Grok in order to try and, even out the scales going against the blue.
Well, I mean, RRQ Akira tried to do some big CC potential last game with the Atlas. And I'm wondering, they use this Lolita trying to hope for the same thing to kind of counter the Ube strat. But once again, all you need is a few Purifies on the field, right? We've already seen how well Blacklist can deal with some of that heavy CC. And if Oh My Venus wants to go for something again, like the Estes, I don't see a whole
There's the
lot
Hoot.
dealing with that. But hold on a second. The Hoot.
We know who that is.
We all know who that is.
Here's the Diggy, right?
The Diggy to counter all CCs. So you mentioned the Purify. They're like, we're not going to waste the spells. We're not going to waste it on Purify. We still need something great for the carry as well as the Eve. So we're just going to, take
Full team
the
Purify.
Diggy.
We'll take the Purify hero, basically.
The
like
five-man
the walking
Purify.
Purify. So, and not to mention just the annoyance of all those bombs, right? I mean, you'd be surprised at how much those can whittle you down, especially because now we've seen Diggy played a couple different ways with Blacklist International. Also can be rolled with the Impure Rage emblem, where you kind of get some of that mana back and it's just constant bombs everywhere here. And then what that does on basically the battlefield is now you're afraid to enter every bush, right? You're afraid to walk into a bush full of bombs here. So, but still, I do want to point out as well that this Lolita pick is where we saw Luis shine so far in the group stages, right? He's made some massive plays on it, and if he can do that again here, meanwhile, Gusta Lugusa is able to farm up on the Claude and utilize the Blazing Duet the way he needs to. This could set themselves up here. I really want to see how RRQ Akira rounds out this draft as we get through this second phase of the ban.
Okay, so the Farsa has been taken away by Blacklist here to deny that pick away from Sagan. He does still have a few options here. He could pick up something crazy like the Lunox if they want to go for a full dive. That's still definitely a possibility because not only does the Diggy give you anti-CC, it also gives you a little bit of shield, and you could totally use the Lunox to go onto that against the Eve in a lane. It's not too bad as well. But RRQ Akira, they do have the next ban. They chose the Lapu Lapu before. The Fredrin is still open, and I would have thought this was a really good pick for Blacklist, the Grok to be able to sustain in that lane, balance that lane against the Glue, even though Glue has been a quote-unquote OP hero in this meta.
My thing for right now for RRQ Akira is we know that the CC is no longer going to work, right? So do we kind of just go into something very damagey? Last time, when they really relied heavily on trying to lock up Blacklist, they just weren't able to. So maybe the Farza would have been a good choice, right? Heavy damage, but now they need something else. They need possibly, something spicy like a Gushin or a Harith. I mean, of course, we haven't seen those in the mid, but something bursty, right?
Wow.
But the Kaja still CC.
Paquito. Is this Edward
First time?
Balboa? I mean, now here's the
Edward
thing. Yeah, he has many signature names, right? But I want to go back to your point real quick, Trex. You could go with that bursty options for RRQ Akira. It would be great because your question was, how do you deal with that, the time journey from the Diggy pick, the cleanse? You burst it down so you get it out early on, and then you have that advantage. Okay, here we go.
Damage.
This is exactly what you were talking about. The Leo Mord is locked in here. That's going to be going in the jungle here. Burst is there, right? Question is he going to be rolling with the Killing Spree? And then Lilia as well.
Very reliable. Does a lot of damage, has really good laning phase as well. I think we've talked about this before, that the Lilia is so good because not only is she able to use the Black Shoots to get out of sticky situations, she's also able to deal out so much burst damage even in the early game before the Eve even gets that power moment, right? So the problem is with the Leomord that I usually see is the fact that the Leomord really needs to snowball from that early game. Now, Blacklist, they are known to be aggressive if it needs to be, and this last pick is going to determine the gameplay that they're going for. So the Fredrin last pick here.
Now, so with that Fredrin and the Diggy, I don't know if they're going to be able to push into the enemy jungle, at least not unless King can get a nice power spike. As you said, maybe snowball a little bit. But I do think that they should be able to lane pretty fast, especially with the Lilia. Maybe finally create a tempo and actually succeed in some of those gold lane ganks, right? With the Lilia, you're able to get under those towers, you're able to be hyper-aggressive, and that's what I think RRQ Akira wants to bring. It's what they tried to bring in Game 1, they were not able to succeed, and I think they can bring it into Game 2. Now, Blacklist, on the other hand, once again, we know that they are so good at just defending, so good at letting you think you have it and then striking back. Look at the faces of the RRQ Akira fans right now, or just the RRQ fans. They want to see a win here. They want to see something happen. They are cheering, but can RRQ Akira actually succeed in going against the world champions? So join me as we walk into the land of dawn. Will the Western Warriors from Brazil be able to take a game back against Blacklist, or will they succeed in taking this and making it 2-0?
2-0 is the question. Will Blacklist be able to take it out? But now we're going straight into the land of dawn to see exactly how both of these compositions are going to be implemented and conducted within the game. First and foremost, no purifies coming in from Blacklist. They already do have that Diggy with the time journey, so they are going for their respective spells. And like you mentioned here, King on the Leomord is on that killing spree, so expect that they are going to try and push the tempo here in the early game.
You know, what I like to see here from Brazil is that they're already kind of being aggressive. Luis, he checked that blue buff immediately, made sure to give his team some vision. He's already being proactive, and we see them already, Lilia, move up into that EXP lane to try to pressure onto Edward. This is what they need to bring, but they also need to be careful with it.
Well, right now, King's got to get an early kill here if he can. Doesn't have the level 4 just yet. Oh My Venus going to be the focus. They get the flicker out for now early on. And still, King just waiting here. But top side, another flicker from Takashi. Blacklist International going to follow it up. It's Wise and Edward. Can't get the kill just yet. Even with a taunt, one punch away, can't get it.
Super close. I mean, right now, both teams are trying to make their own tempo. They're trying to not play into each other's rhythm. But remember, 20 seconds left on the next neutral objective, and I do believe that's when things are going to get a little messy. But on the bottom side here, Gusta Lagusta, he's not having too much of a good time.
Definitely not having a great time, and I think it's going to be very important for him if Brazil... Oh, that is just so dirty, and these are the type of things that Blacklist do. It is a game of seconds, and Blacklist knows how to take advantage of every single one.
I mean, that's got to be frustrating, right? And now the first turtle up here. But this is what we expected from Oh My Venus, and this could just actually be a trade objectively, because you see the focus on the bottom side, and right now RRQ Akira going to go ahead and secure themselves a turtle.
That is the first turtle right there that they have secured, but wait a second.
Luis going to charge up, can't get away from the real-world manipulation. Haji able to grab the kill. Saigon now a little bit late to the party. Able to poke down. Black Shoes committed, but no one goes down for Blacklist.
All right, so they've already secured a neutral objective, but they do get a utility in return. But now we're going to take a look at the items here in the second to the third minute. Nothing too fancy just yet, although we do see that OHEB has already secured that Corrosion Scythe. So expect the damage starting to come through with the attack speed as well, and of course the adaptive damage from the Swift Crossbow. Whereas on the other side, Claude, he hasn't been able to get even his first item, so he is a little bit ahead. And it's the impact from the aggression has started to show.
Oh, that's tough, right? King looking for these kills early on is something that he really needs, especially on this Leomord pick. If he's able to get those with the killing spree, the burst damage will be there. But you can see, Blacklist International knows that. They disengage right away. They have the information. King doesn't have the ultimate currently.
And that continues to be the problem. It was the problem in Game 1, and now it's becoming the problem in Game 2. RRQ Brazil tries to be aggressive in these early stages, but just cannot succeed, right? So they need to either try to really find these picks or just push a little bit more. Maybe they can get it. I'm wondering if these emblems have anything to do with it, Eterna.
I mean, it really all depends on what emblems they picked up and how they're going to be able to implement that in the game, right? I mean, Fredrin, you can see with the Demon Slayer, he's trying to be able to get a better clear and a better lead in that early game because of how they want to prevent that snowball coming in from RRQ Brazil. So right now, we can see that it's not been as successful, so Blacklist's plan has been working. But remember that Blacklist, they weren't as dependent on level 4 as RRQ Brazil. Luis needed that level 4 in order to have a huge impact in the game. They haven't really found that moment just yet, but now they're starting to reach that power spike. We'll see if they're going to be able to implement that game properly now as we are entering that 4th minute.
Man, oh man, I feel so bad for Gusta Lagusta right now. They're just continuing to harass him, having such a tough time. One thing we can say is Takashi doing a little bit well, but it does seem like we're going to have a brawl down in the turtle pit.
Turtle going to be at half health here. Wise trying to get in position for the retreat. Takashi trying to zone him out with split. King still working on it. Time Journey committed too. Wise goes in, grabs the turtle away, and now it's a full-on fight here in the river. King grabbing a kill on Wise as he falls. Takashi to flick around, but look at the damage from Oheb. Able to pick up a kill for himself. It's a trade again.
Beautiful steal coming in from Blacklist. Their initial lead now circling to a 1,300k lead. And it makes sense, right? I mean, Wise is level 8 compared to King, who is still level 7. So automatically, he does have that favorable trade when it comes down to those steals. Whereas you can see, even though Diggy being the roamer, he's still building damage. So even if RRQ Brazil, they want to go for a setup, one of the main weaknesses of that is that they are going to be poked down before RRQ Akira can even get a good Numenon Blast.
I think the fact that that Venus is building the damage is what's really, but wait a second, possible conceal play. They should be able to take that tower, which is very helpful, right? This is going to give Gusta Lagusta a little bit of movement around the map, and it's actually the first big win for RRQ Brazil at the 5-minute mark of the game. Yes, they are behind in gold, but at least they're still claiming some things on the map now. Gusta Lagusta, #1 highest in average turret damage and #1 average in hero damage.
Well, again, Blacklist International going to retreat here. Numenon Blast not going to connect. Time's already committed, though. Takashi getting poked a little bit, but this seems to be the trend. All the ultimates thrown at Blacklist International, and they just pop the Time's Journey. They disengage from there.
What's going on, right? I mean, oh man, like Luis with the Numenon Blast, it usually hits and it usually creates a big moment, but why is it that up until this moment, even if the Time Journey doesn't get popped off, it doesn't seem we've seen that impact yet?
Most definitely. I mean, we definitely haven't seen a huge impact, but I will say that the gold lead isn't escaping from RRQ Brazil right now, and there is still some definite opportunity, and because I think they have some of the damage, and Blacklist isn't like forcing it in like last game. They're not so far ahead, but maybe that can change with this turtle.
Well, there's going to be fighting for it again. Numenon Blast not going to connect. It's King that takes out Wise and grabs the turtle as they find another kill. It's Oh My Venus that falls. The double kill from King. The snowball has started.
Finally, in game 2. Brazil is taking a lead here. Well, at least it is middled out. We can't quite say it's a snowball, but with King being 3-0-0, that is big.
Yeah, it's on the right foot, right? That's what we want to see coming in from RRQ Brazil. You're right, maybe the snowballing hasn't really, it's not there just yet. I mean, we're already in the 7th minute and the lead is near to 0, but they're going in the right direction. Right now, we're going to see exactly how this pans out as, I don't know. What do you think about Edward on the Paquito? I mean, we haven't seen the Paquito so far, even from the group stages, but he seems to be able to have an impact.
I mean, this is normally around the time that Paquito really pops off, right? He's got that first item, almost second item locked in. The damage should be there, but when you're up against Saigen, who's got this Lilia, right? There's not a whole lot you can do against those black shoes, and taking a look at some of these items, he does have that Bloodlust Axe locked in, and instead of going for like the Hunter Strike or something with a bit more of a punch, he picks up the Dominance Ice instead, and I think that could be why we're not getting too much.
That's crazy, right? Even looking at this, there's only pretty much 2 items here for Haji, and the amount of damage he did to Gusta Lagusta just a little bit ago is pretty scary, and that's something that RRQ Akira has to be conscious of, right? They've got to work around this. Yes, they have a very minuscule gold lead in their favor. They're still in a good position to actually fight this first Lord of the game if they can pull it off. They've really got to just give it their all, but if we're looking at the previous skirmishes and fights, the disengages are so strong from Blacklist International. Looks like King wants to go in. They get the Time's Journey out. That's going to be a big win for them. Lord coming up in just a couple seconds here. RRQ Akira in a good position. Edward now trying to help out, defend the middle lane, holding on to tier 1, taking quite a bit of damage, has to flicker out. Can't get the kill though. He's going to survive for now. Lord is out now up Does RRQ Akira actually decide to focus on it? They still hold on to the tier 1 at the top.
Yeah, Edward was forced to retreat at this point, and that means that RRQ Brazil, they're going to have the better setup in the Lord unless they try and prolong and look for a better way to go about this. You can see, Nunam Blast.
Oh, he goes in with the flicker, finds Wise here. They don't have the follow-up damage. Saigon goes down from Haji. It's a missed call here. RRQ Akira now down 1 member.
Yeah,
Blacklist International not going to focus just yet.
Saigon getting a little bit caught off guard. Yes, they have the lead, but they still need to keep it tight against a team like Blacklist. But still, I mean, it's only a 200 gold lead, but we got to look at the map right now. Brazil holding a huge lead in territory, taking away 4 towers already from Blacklist, but now we do see some action in the Lord Pit.
Oh, Takashi gonna get all the ultimates. There's the time dirty too. He's gonna fall. Lord's still gonna be up though. Luis gonna go in, give him the call to go. King now on the focus here for Edward. Nuna Blast to land. It's Lugusa that goes down. Into the wheel world manipulation they go. Another member zoned out here from Haji. He's on the killing spree. The 3-for-2 trade.
And that's not a good trade for RRQ Brazil. I don't know what's going on, but every time they go in for this team fights, it doesn't seem like they're synchronized, right? They're going down 1 by 1, and that's exactly how Blacklist wants you to play. And in return, the early lead that they already had in their grasp has now been shaken back onto Blacklist as the gold is as equal as ever. And right now, it's going to be even more difficult, even though that Gusta Lagusta has started to reach that power spike, right? We see the golden stab coming through. The attack speed is going to start to show with the DH as well. He's going to be able to chunk members like Edward as well as Wise, who is prioritizing these sustain items.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that we were all sleeping on, right? OHEB. And when OHEB gets to just farm for free, it becomes a problem, especially when it's a carry. And in these fights, as long as Blacklist can make them last a little bit, OHEB is going to continue to melt down everybody. Not to mention, he's got that wind of nature, but...
Oh, they're going to go into the mid lane. Takashi, they get the flicker out and the time's journey from Oh My Venus. He's going to flicker himself. Gusta Lagusa still waiting around the Lord Pit here. They're going to disengage. Look again at the ultimates committed. Blacklist International playing that disciplined game now as they get in position to contest the Lord here. Takashi goes in with the split. It's going to be looking for OHEB. Can he grab him back? Saigon goes down again. Edward off cam kill here. Newman Blast finding Wise. Oh My Venus, a fall. They find another kill here. OHEB going down to King again with a double kill.
Just when it looks like Brazil is pushed back, they do come in for themselves, but wait a second.
They're still going to be going 2-on-2 on the top side. Here comes Takashi as well. King falls. Haji now joining the party, pushing him back with rear world manipulation. Takashi still on the hunt, gets the kill, punishing Wise, looking for another. Does he have enough? It's Edward Balboa. Immortality going to pop the split as well as he escapes. Takashi stays alive.
Takashi, the Astro Thunder, definitely doing a wonderful job right now. Just when the game seems to be out of grasp, Takashi helps picks up these pieces. King did a wonderful job as well, though he did fall there. But I gotta say, right now, I'm feeling like this match could go either way. I mean, it is tie in the gold. Brazil does hold a small lead. How you feeling about this, Eterna?
Honestly, King has been doing wonders as well, right? Because he's been able to dish out that initial damage. Even though he has been taken down twice, he is still able to set that momentum for RRQ Brazil to start rolling, right? He opens up, he initiates, and he allows that damage coming in from Gusta Lagusta to be more impactful. Now, both teams are going to start centering around the next neutral objective, which is this Enhanced Lord. Who will have the better setup, realizing that RRQ Brazil, they have a lot more CC to play with?
You know, one thing I want to point out, this glue, right? We were wondering about a possible answer, and I feel like the glue, though they're not going to be able to get it every single time, is kind of that cause disruption in the back line without relying on CC. So let's see if they can pull something off here.
Well, they're going to battle out here for the Lord as they both poke away. Already getting the black shoes out from Saigon. Conceal play coming out from King. They're going to call it off. They know they're down. The disadvantage here, Edward, though, doing work, cutting the wave, trying his best. And it's just so hard for RRQ Akira to decide if they should go for this or not.
Seems like they're scared. And the one thing that I noticed is that Wise is actually a level below King, which was previously reversed, so somehow King starts to go on top, and maybe perhaps Blacklist realizes this, and therefore they don't want to fully commit onto it because they know that they are going to lose that red tree battle. But Edward here in the backside.
I mean, the way Edward does this, and this is what I mean by proactiveness, but hold on.
Oh, they're going to be going again. Here it is. Wise quite low here. Haji looking for a setup. Oh my Venus with the time's journey out. Edward in the backside, focusing on King. Can't get it. Has to get out of dodge himself with the up here on Takashi. Looking for Wise. Gusta La Gusta with the follow-up, but now he gets caught here. Able to survive as well. And still, no one able to secure this Lord as everybody unleashing here in the river. Edward still waiting patiently. Who wants to go for this? Also, RRQ Akira holding on to their tier 1 turret.
I mean, honestly, I got to give that to Edward right there. He's just playing such a great game. Had a bit of a slow start, but now he is definitely coming in. Even though the Retribution is taken out along with Wise from Blacklist, Brazil still plays it safe. They don't want to force this. They know who they're up against here. It is not going to be easy, but still, definitely one of the greatest games I've watched tonight.
It's amazing to see. Like, initially it felt so one-sided in that first game, but coming to the second game, you can see that RRQ Brazil, they're really putting up a fight. And once again, they're going to start this Lord up. Gusta La Gusta already dealing so much damage. Right now, Wise isn't in the vicinity, but they're looking to.
Conceal play going to come out here. They already get the time's journey. Takashi going to the backside. Lord going to be worked on. Wise goes in, takes the Lord, still survives on top of it. King gonna fall here. Oheb grabbing a kill himself. It's 2 down for RRQ Akira. And man, did that look smooth from Wise.
You know, I gotta say, the walk of the Frederian just matches the play style of Blacklist so well. He walks in, he takes the Lord, and not only that, but they take 2 players with them. Just when it looks like Brazil is taking this game, Blacklist takes it back.
It feels like a caster curse, right? Because I literally said that Wise wasn't around, so RRQ Brazil had the better opportunity to get the Lord. And somehow, Wise just walked up, got the red tree, and just did that for his team. But once again, Blacklist going to go into this mid side.
Going to be pressing the situation here. They're going to pretty much only be able to get this first turret of the base down. But still, they've got the Lord marching on the top side. RRQ Akira is going to have to defend their mind out here to stay in this game.
Yeah, they definitely need to defend it out. I do think they can survive this push. Hopefully I don't cast or curse them with that one. But they do have Gusta La Gusta. They have Sagan for the wave clear, but it's not going to be easy.
Assault on the top side, and Hibbert is going to fall here. Blacklist International now going to set their eyes on the bottom. The wave going to be pushing in here. RRQ Akira defending all they can. King using that ultimate as well. Base fully exposed here. Blacklist International gives it a call back. They're going to reset.
6,500 gold lead here in the 17th minute. This has got to be one of the longest games so far. It usually goes in the group stage 14-13, but the trend is here coming to the knockouts that these games get so much closer, and so the games get so much longer as well. If we take a look at the players' goal, we see that Edward and Oheb are actually the ones to lead it out, even though King got so much gold in the early game, that mid game, where he, whoa, wait a minute, here in the mid side.
Takashi gonna get shredded down by Oheb. Gusta La Gusta goes in with the blazing duet. No one going down just yet. The flicker comes out. Real world manipulation on top of it. Wise still alive here. King now trying to run for the hills. Can't get away. As Oh My Venus grabs a kill, and it's Takashi. Flicker in from Haji. Can't get the kill either. And RRQ Akira holding on for dear life. Blacklist International now into the base. Full force of 5 members. It's only 4 for RRQ Akira. Blacklist International looking for the waves to push in. Still, Luis gonna get taken out. Oheb to clean up, and there's nothing they can do here.
Oh no.
One after another gonna fall, and Blacklist International taking game number 2, match point.
That is very, very sad for Brazil. I do have to say, though, it was a valiant effort. I can't get over the giant V-Wise heads. Look at them dancing right now on the ground. I'm really glad some agents showed up to support. What a match that was, Eterna.
At the end, it was just so clean. I don't really know what to say. I mean, right now, all the pressure is definitely for RRQ Akira. As Blacklist, they just need one more point to be able to continue their journey in the upper brackets. I mean, the draft wasn't bad by RRQ Akira. So what else can they pull?
You know, I'm glad that you pointed that out because honestly, that was a good game for them. And at one point, they were, I mean, it was pretty scrappy. You saw how much fighting was going around those objectives, especially that first Lord. No one took the actual first Lord, right? I mean, it was there, it evolved, and then it was finally grabbed. So, RRQ.
Man. After Fredrin took out the Lord with that retry, man, everything just went down for the RRQ Brazil. After that retry from Fredrin, from the gangster Fredrin, everything just went down. The gangstering Lord. Man, so that's 0-2. That's 2-0 in favor of Blacklist. So the Blacklist only needs to win one more game before they can move on to the upper bracket matches. If RRQ Brazil loses this, they're going to be moving to the lower brackets. So let's wait for the third round. It was a pretty close match. But on the 11-minute mark, RRQ Brazil started making mistakes. They were being picked off for no good reason. They couldn't clash on the early Lord because Lilia got picked off. After that, Glue got picked off. So what happened there? Did RRQ choke on those last crucial moments, or is Blacklist just is Blacklist just that well in performing under pressure? Nice, yes. Retry, intro boys. The last moments was the crucial one, man. I mean, they had more. A lot of RRQ guys. There were more RRQ guys near the Lord, but still, Fredrin managed to steal it right in front of their faces. Central ML, what's up? So we're gonna be waiting for the next game. Hopefully, again, RRQ did perform better as compared to the first match. So hopefully the third match is way better. Right? Report Leon. I know, right? Leomord had a good chance to snowball. They had a good start, actually. But at the mid-game, around 11-minute mark, they started to making these small mistakes, which gave the Blacklist a chance. Slowly. But to be honest, it was still a bit close. It was still a close match. Right until Fredrin gangstered the Lord. Anyways, let's wait for the third match. Again, if Blacklist wins this, it's gonna be Blacklist against Todak, which is Indonesia. And Echo, which is also PH, is gonna be going up against THQ, which is also Indonesia. Todak. Onyx. Echo is going to be going up against Onyx, which is Indonesia. And then Blacklist, if Blacklist wins this, they're going to be going up against RRQ, Indonesia. God dang it. EXP lane diff. Yeah. So in the end, if we consider Blacklist already winning this, in the end it's gonna be PH against Indonesia back to back. Alujut, what's up? If Blacklist and Echo both win, it's gonna be PH against PH. Or it's gonna be Indonesia versus Indonesia. Or it's gonna be PH versus Indonesia. Ang galing ni Edward mag-manage ng map. Pansin nyo ba? Yeah, man. Akira Nitsuga, what's up? How are you guys doing? So let's check out the comments while we're waiting for Game 3. 2 Indo, 2 PH. Yeah, we should have just said that. 2 Indo, 2 PH. Who's MVP? Who do you think is gonna be the MVP on this one? I think it's gonna go to Fredrin should get it though. Right? Kailan babalik Collector Negation? Not sure. Venus MVP. I know Fredrin deserves that MVP. But that's not how the MVP system works. Yeah, Edward cutting lanes. Yeah, it's gonna be the KDA machine that's gonna be on the works. Hello, Elgin, what's up? Wafu, what's up? How are you doing? They should try Carmilla. We have not yet seen Carmilla in the M4 fights. Ban-wise. 2 Indo versus 2 PH is gonna be awesome, said by Clint. Yeah, if it looks like that's gonna be the case. Go Blacklist International, break the code. Rich guy always see Oheb. Yeah, man, carry is being spammed in this M4 tournament. I think we're gonna see a carry nerf. James Ironwood, what's up? Ironwood. Nani, what's up, Nani? What's up, Barna Bariani? Ban Oheb. EJ Pogi, what's up? Old meta, better than new meta. Yeah, carry's been... It's like when you pick carry, there's a huge chance. Huge chance. Especially when it goes to the late game. I mean, carry is melting down tanks. I think we will see. What's up, Daniel? What's up, Daniel? Rini Banyares, what's up? We're definitely gonna see definitely gonna see a carry nerf soon. Lisa Eva. I hope Blacklist will win. Yeah, hopefully. Vince ML, what's up? Studio Gimli. No more. Yeah, I think whenever they did use Leslie like 2 times in this M4 event, and there was most of the times they used Leslie, she did bad. Here in the M4 though. Shout out to Leia from Rai. What's up? Hi Elgin, when are you going to be a caster in the events? We're a bad caster. We actually sampled our caster skills on the first match, which was on the Todak match, and we were bad. Shiji, what's up? Kakaloko, what's up? Shout out to Kakaloko. Chris said, yeah, they should provide other heroes with the Starlight skins. I guess they're aiming for the most famous heroes. Shout out to John Vedic F Gamboa. John Vedic F Gamboa. I know your last name, man. Do you think the Valley got a chance at first round? Well, like I said, hopefully the Valley lives up to their hype, because there has been a lot of hype put on the Valley, but they got moved to the lower bracket. So hopefully, because they still have a chance to come back, so hopefully the Valley also comes back so that they can live to the hype that had been put on their shoulders. Lian Manahan, shout out to Lian Manahan. What's up, Lian Manahan from Senku. Clint Viente, a very nice name. Clint Viente, what's up? The Valley are overrated, said by Bam Salvador. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. We will see. We actually already did on the group stage, but like I said, hopefully they do come back. Because carry can carry teams. Yeah, Kerry had been, like I said, is being spammed here in the M4 tournaments, man. Venus is such a great support. Yeah, Fredrin, Kerry, Glue. Those are the heroes that are usually getting either banned or spammed. Joy. There were not much chances to use Joy though, because Joy usually ends up in the banned section here in the M4. For some reason, Kerry keeps on popping out. 1-1 also getting banned, but it's Kerry who's getting the spotlight on the recent M4 matches. Martis as well, man. Martis is also a hot pick. Venus is the queen. But there were also instances where they were being picked but doing bad. But I guess that's just the gap of skill from the teams. Do you have any idea who is the Jujutsu Kaisen heroes? I am not sure. I have not yet seen the official news about the Jujutsu Kaisen X MLBB. I love your content from Andiko. Yo, Andiko, thank you. So 6 minutes more before the next game starts. The third game, is it gonna be 0-3? Or is RRQ Brazil gonna answer back? Remember though, this is the first time that RRQ Brazil is competing in the M4 tournament. So even though they are getting their ass whooped right now by the Blacklist, still, props to these guys. There are other teams who's been on the M4 before but is doing worse. Shout out Mugiwara Nulu. Oh snap, wait. It's the Hat Babes interview. Alodia and Mara. So we better listen. We're gonna listen to the interview, man. Because Hat Chicks have to listen to the Hat Chicks.
Hi!
Hello. Hello.
First, let's talk to the co-owner of Blacklist International. Now, a lot's expected from your team, and they say in the group stages, it wasn't the most desirable result. Is that because you feel that your players are getting a little bit more nervous? What's happening?
Actually, yes, definitely it is very nerve-wracking because we're here to defend the crown. But honestly, it's okay to make mistakes because from that we learn from them. And Team RRQ Akira is super strong, so Blacklist actually prepared a lot for this.
And it shows with their performance today. First of all, you were here M2? M3. And then
yes.
now you're here for M4.
Yeah.
How is the experience here in Indonesia?
Indonesia is amazing. The people are very lovely and very kind to us. And as you can see, everything leveled up, not just the players, but the whole production. So thank you so much for having us, and terima kasih.
Terima kasih. Dexy, I know it's your first MLBB International tournament to watch. How is it? How's the experience so far?
It's a very, very unique experience. I'm really nervous about what's gonna happen or like the match is gonna turn out. But yeah, I'm very, very, very excited on the upcoming matches, and yeah.
What about back home? How's the audience like back home? I'm giving you messages asking about how Blacklist is. How's the support like?
The Filipinos are very supportive, and I'm a bit sad that we're not that many here, and I hope next time to the Philippines.
So, sa mga Pinoy dyan, message! Keep commenting, show your support! Now, super fan, wait, yesterday you were wearing a different jersey. You're wearing Echo. Now you're wearing Blacklist.
Oh, that was not me. You saw my twin brother.
That was your
Yes.
twin. What is your twin brother's name?
Yes. His name is Manjizi.
Manjizi.
Right
All right.
now, you can call me Hajin.
Hajizi. All right. Okay,
Yes.
what's your message to Blacklist right now so they could sweep their opponent?
You know what, Blacklist? I know you're only giving 10% of your power.
10%?
Just the 10%.
Okay.
Because us also, us supporters is just 10%.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
now, even though it's just 10%,
Go ahead.
let's feel the energy in here.
Go ahead.
When I say Blacklist, you say break the code. Blacklist!
Break the code!
Blacklist!
Break the code!
One more time, Blacklist!
Break the code!
All right, now let's talk about game number 3. Casters.
So there we go. The hat babes are gone. So let's go back to checking out your comments. I think they were referring to the what Echo said. Remember what Echo was it? What Echo said that it was not even their final form yet. It was not their final form. So I think those fans are referring to what Echo had said before. Is it gonna be Echo versus Blacklist? Or will they even meet? Not sure. You speak Tagalog? Yeah, we do. So come on, man. 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Let's go. Shout out to Random Guy. Not really much of a shout out because your name is Random Guy. How many peanut butter do you eat in a month? I'm not sure. I have a lot of peanut butters, stock of peanut butters at home. Peanut butter makes everything good. Only Blacklist can break their own code, said by Barba Elat. A lot of hackers. Shout out to Tamkas Nuibani. We're still waiting. Come on, man. We're still waiting for the match. 2 more minutes. Is it finally gonna end? 0-3. The other match was also 0-3 on today. Indonesia whooping the other guy's butt. Shout out. New build for Diggy. Shout out to Sunny Pablo. What's up? Jarius Tabalbag. What's up, Jarius Tabalbag? Lex Samson. Noel Samson. Ooh, are you guys brothers, sisters, cousins, or just coincidence? Lex Samson and Noel Samson. Peanut butter for kare-kare. Shout out Mayuresh Shavan. Shout out. Shout out me, Kuya Elgin. God dang it, you have hard names to pronounce. Dokol Kar9 Mahalan. Is your Skippy with chunks or not? No, it's creamy. We love creamy nuts. Again. Wrong choice of words. Our Skippy, our peanut butter Skippy is not nutty. Vince ML, what's up? Do you think who will be the champion? Like I said, we actually published our prediction video. We said that Blacklist is gonna come out on top, but like I said, we would love to see an underdog team coming out and winning the finals. Probably a team from the lower brackets. That will be insane. Jehoshaphat Duran. Ooh, Duran. I love you too, Jehoshaphat Duran. Dr. Ziyup, what's up? Mindanao Maragusan from Dr. Ziyup. I am pronouncing your names right. From Mindanao Maragusan. Fiesta Jovan G. Yeah, Blacklist. Like I said, guys, once the draft pick starts, we're gonna shut up so that we can get better analytics from the draft pick out of the casters. Ooh, Macaro, yeah. Mike Campos, what's up? Pian Pada. Shout out me, Uncle LG. Oh, Uncle. Shout out John Joshua. Ooh, Balmon Sanrio. Elgin Daddy, notice me. We have another son. Lost son. Justin Paolo Tapil, what's up? What's your favorite hero? It has to be Kagura. She's not in the meta though. We on ranks, we do spam the metas. Because spamming meta heroes, the meta heroes is different from your favorite hero. Shout out to Kervin Pino. Kervin Pino. Do you do home workouts? Yeah, a bit. Elgin, shout out. Versosa Sydney. I love you, bro. Good evening, Jason Nick Dow. What's up? Bald Cookie. Shout out, Hehe, from Pampanga. Bald Cookie. Do you like me? Gramp Ball. Yeah, I like you. Creamy peanuts all the way. Shout out, Idol Elgin. My campus. Versosa Sydney. Kervin Pino. Vince Pablo. Chupapi Munyayo. I love you, Elgin, from Sinigang. I love Sinigang. What's your favorite hero, Kagura? Ooh, there's a Bundang Diza. Thank you for the 2.50 Myanmar donation. Again, Bundang Diza. We were kinda late on the... Shout out, Lucky... What? It's draft pick. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up, guys. Let's watch the final game. Let's cheer for our teams. We're gonna shout out and ask answer all of your questions later. Let's go.
Even deal with that. The man is a monster. He's just everywhere. So once again, with him securing that pick, it's not going to be easy for them to bully Venus unless they can do it early on in the game. So RRQ Akira need to find a way to do that. What can they pick possibly to try to secure some early game advantage?
I don't know. I guess pick heroes that have a really quick hero power. I think they had a really good idea with picking up something like the Lilia for that mid lane to try and control that mid rotation. But as you can see here on your screen, RRQ Akira, they secured the Lapu Lapu as well as the Claude for themselves. Now, my question is, the Lapu Lapu and the Benedetta, if they go in the same lane, how is that going to pan out, right? Because the Lapu Lapu does have some form of anti-CC, but so does the Benedetta.
I mean, technically it's just messy. Like, it looks like your favorite anime out there, right? It's a lot of flashiness and jumping and dashes. That's pretty much what you're going to see, right?
Nobody ever gets hurt. Nobody ever gets hurt.
Nobody ever gets hurt. It just looks really cool. And as that transitions into the game, it's pretty much, what do they do for those team fights? Now, one of the great things about Benedetta is the split push pressure, right? But Lapu Lapu, if he can even get an early kill with that Festival of Blood, he gets really beefy. A lot of the times, Lapu Lapu, you see him going 1 versus 2 and 3, but hold on again. Blacklist International taking out the Estes again.
Not only that, but they also have that Valentina in, and I got a feeling this is going to be a jungle Valentina most likely. Possibly a mid, but still, that's the flexibility that they're bringing with that pick there, and it keeps RRQ Akira guessing in the second phase of bans. They are going to take their time with this final pick, but we do have a quote from Luis here. Blacklist International is one of the most dangerous teams in M4. But we believe in ourselves and optimistic that we can do well. Hopefully they can do well in this third game because they were correct about the first part there. Blacklist International is definitely strong in taking them through the ringer here.
And we'll see if they can actually pull off a reverse sweep like we saw yesterday in the second match. But now we can see here, the Cho being picked up here from RRQ Akira. And this is quite good, right? Because the Cho can go into the backline, try and punish Estes in that backline. And so that is definitely something that they can go for coming into the second phase, though. RRQ Akira with the first ban.
So, I mean, that's the thing, right? With Valentino locked in here from Blacklist International, which ultimate do you want to take? Right now, it's just the way of the dragon for the most part, right? So, RRQ Akira, knowing this, they're going to have to be careful in their last two choices after this second phase is done. But still, going back to the point when we saw Estes pop up in the first game, you've got to be able to work around that sustain. You need to have an answer for that, because what we've seen so far, the trend through this series also with Blacklist International is if they don't want to fight you, they just disengage, right? And that's something that works so well for these first three heroes that they have here. So RRQ Akira locking in this Cho is a great option to pick your fights. That's literally what you want to do. Now, what we've seen so far up to this point is some great Cho gameplay and some, not so great Cho gameplay, where like they'll try to get the combination off, the flicker, the way of the dragon, but then they're out-positioned. And once that's gone, once you're taken out of the picture, you're down one member and you lose a lot of that utility.
So I really liked the Baratz ban here. I feel like they're thinking a bit ahead. I was expecting a Fredorin ban after this to really make sure that Blacklist can't secure that super beefy lineup here, right? Now, speaking of the not so great picks from a Cho, right? If Oheb can secure something again, of course the carry's gone now, but the Beatrix still up, still plenty of options for him. They're going to need to worry about him because every time Luis goes in with this Cho, he's going to get melted down. So he's either going to need to use that aggressiveness early on to focus down onto Venus and try to make plays happen, because if it goes too long once again, it's going to be far too late to turn it.
I agree with you. And now the last ban coming in from Farsa, from Blacklist, is going to be that Farsa. And now RRQ Akira, they have the first pick. It's interesting because I'm also reading the comments of the live chat, right? And a lot of people have actually mentioned that a great way to counter Blacklist is more AoE damage. So perhaps we might see that coming in from RRQ Akira. And we kind of get that from the Xavier, right? It's scary because it's very easy to counter because of how immobile Xavier is as a hero. But if the Xavier has a good time in the laning phase, is able to get those core items for that damage, the spammability of the ultimate to be able to, 1, deal the burst damage, and to 2, open up vision on the map is going to be huge for them.
I like that you pointed out there, right? Because I know there's a lot of highly ranked people watching the M series here.
Oh yeah, the best.
And the
All
best.
the pros.
And that's the thing though, right? Yes, AoE is a great thing, but if it's just healed back up and you pretty much used all your AoE, then
But they
you
have
know
two.
that. Well, if you have, yeah, you have the Xavier, but also like you still need to be able to follow up on that when it's healed back up. And now something we haven't seen often up to this point is this combination that we saw so much of in previous even MPL regions, the Valentina Faramis combination.
Not only that, but the Valentina does get rotated there over into the jungle, but RRQ Akira was quick. They already knew what they wanted to pick as their jungle. They didn't waste any time. They picked up the Basha. Now, we haven't seen that many great things from the Basha so far, and with this being game point, the question is, will it succeed? Now, RRQ Akira has their backs against the wall right now. This is match point for Blacklist. They're going to need to pull a lot of tricks out of a lot of hats right now if they want to succeed in this, and it's definitely not going to be easy. The question on everyone's mind in the stands, in the live chat, is definitely if they can do it. The RQ fans want to help them out here, but I just don't know if they're going to be able to make it. So now, as we go into the land of...
Okay, here we go. But first, thank you for the donation, Dark Wolf 13, 125 pesos. Video Elgin idea. Can you create videos? Yeah, we will, bro. We will. Let's just finish this game.
The odds are stacked against them this time. And even looking at the drafts, Blacklist have drafted themselves in a way that they are so sustainable, right? They have the AoE healing coming in from Oh My Venus, as well as, wait a second here, Sagan gonna get caught really low. And this is scary, right? Because we need the Xavier to be able to scale with the Clock of Destiny and the Lightning Truncheon as well. And if that doesn't happen, I'm doubting if RRQ Akira have enough damage to penetrate through the healing coming in from Oh My Venus, as well as that extra HP from the Faramis.
Yeah, already Blacklist being very aggressive. And it's almost surprising because you see the Estes and you expect there not to be too much, but they're just so good. They have so much faith in Oh My Venus that they're willing to just push forward and get as much damage in that mid lane as possible. Now, Edward and Takashi also having this faded anime battle, as Naisu predicted. Definitely very entertaining, but possible action up in the top side. Naisu, how do you feel about that matchup?
Well, overall, I mean, it's really, I don't expect anyone to go down before that first turtle anyway, but I mean, we didn't even get a chance to talk about the Baksha pick, right, that much, because King rolling with this option here.
Rolling.
Literally, pun intended. The thing is we haven't seen Baksha too much, but it's still a great utility tank jungler here. But already, you know, Luis doesn't have that Way of the Dragon, but should be able to get out just fine. And that's the thing, right? It's Wise that is going to be playing that Valentina like we saw here. And now you have that option, that dynamic. What ultimates do we take? How do we use it? Turtle coming up here in just a couple seconds. Let's see how this all plays out here.
We'll see exactly how this pans out. Remember, RRQ Brazil, they need Sagan to get that level 4, which he hasn't, but Takashi here already.
Oh, they're gonna crash down on Wise. They already get the Cold Altar out here, but it's a first blood for Takashi. Able to secure himself, the first one. Now Edward gonna be the focus, has to get back to the turret. And this could be the first turtle going in the hands of RRQ Akira. Oh My Venus there, trying to get some vision available, but look at the first! Takashi comes in, able to grab another.
A very, very nice start for RRQ Brazil. I was a little bit worried, but it seems like they have come online at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. If they can hold this together, then maybe they could take this to a possible win. But remember, they started last game strong. Now, with some of these items, how are you feeling about it, Eterna?
Nothing just too fancy just yet. We're not at that point where anyone has built that first item, but you can see that the Baxia is going to have a huge impact in that early game, right? He's going towards a lot of items that are going to be able to make him more sustainable in his team fights. But talking about team fights, Luis goes in.
Luis able to take down Oh My Venus, and now they're going to be focusing on Haji here. He's trying to get out, had to use that Purify as well. Purifies out of it and lives to fight another day.
So right there with the Basha, we're already starting to see with that Tortoise Poisons, with that ultimate, I love the name
Tongue
of that
twister.
ultimate, by the way. It's a way to kind of counter the Estes because of that constant DPS damage over time without relying on the CC that they try to do in game one. So once again, RRQ Brazil finding answers elsewhere on the map. Another big difference now with this game and last game is they had a bit of a lead in aggression early on, but they didn't have much of a gold lead. This time, Brazil not only leading in kills and map control, but also holding a decent gold lead in the game.
Another thing about the Boxy is that he's so mobile, right? He can go on every point of the map really quickly, and that's why we're seeing that they're leading in that rotation. And right now you can see even him, he's trying to penetrate into the jungle of Blacklist, trying to pressure out Wise here, who is kind of falling far behind here. Wise still level 6 as compared to King, who is level 7.
I mean, he's doing a great job, right? King knows the lead that he has, knows the mobility advantage that he has as well, and he's playing around that. That's exactly what RRQ Akira needs to do here. This is the refined version, or at least playstyle that they went with, and that they're executing really well. Couldn't convert into another objective take for them, but you can already see Blacklist International trying to get in position here for this second turtle of the game. And now it's going to be pulled out. Still, there's King. I was waiting for him to roll up here. Finds Haji, forces him back. Takashi quite low. Bravest fighter in. Luis, though, with the way of the dragon. Oh my Venus has to pop the heal. Able to survive a little bit longer, but it's going to be the turtle secured for Gusta Lagusta. And in the mid lane, still going at it, looking for Haji.
Oh.
Sagan falls, but he gets punished as well. 2 down for Blacklist International.
That is a good trade, though. I mean, 2 for 1, plus the turtle in the hands of Brazil here. I think they were listening to you, Eterna, because they have been focusing hard on Venus. In literally the first few minutes, 2 kills on a Venus. This is going to slow them down so much. And Blacklist, for the first time in 3 games, fallen behind.
Oh, but right now, if we're taking a look at the items here in the 5th minute, we see that Claude already built up his DHS, but Luis, man, oh man. As aggressive as he can be at the moment, and you just saw Oheb secure that BOD. So DHS versus BOD, it seems like Oheb has actually reached that power spike a little bit earlier, since of course Gusta Lagusta is still waiting on that golden staff, which means when they go in for 5v5, Blacklist might have the better upper hand if they play the team fight a little bit better and try shut down Luis from taking out Oh My Venus in the backline.
Yeah, I think this is the first time we've really seen Luis feel comfortable while playing along with Takashi, right? At least in the knockout stage. Both of them just having fun with this. Not only that, another big thing to point out, that gold lane tower is gone. And this is exactly what Gusta Lagusta wants. The only downfall, the only worry I have on my mind for Brazil right now is once again, no kills on Oheb. And I'm pretty sure he's already got that bod locked in. He's got the boots locked in. He's going to start dealing some damage if he gets involved into these fights, which will look at him already into the mid lane.
Look at here on the bottom side, Edward using the electro final blow to get out of there. But, you know, Takashi's doing work here for RRQ Akira. It's 3K gold lead at this point in the game, almost to the 7-minute mark. Next turtle is going to be up here in just a second, and RRQ Akira is in a great position to contest it as they focus on Oh My Venus, donning like a miss just barely here by an edge. And now it's Edward going in. There's the Colt Ulcer to respond. The kick comes out. Nobody going down just yet. RRQ Akira running. It's Saigon that falls under the turret.
Oh man, with 1 member down, now Blacklist, they're gonna have the upper hand when it comes down to this neutral objective take. They're gonna get that turtle for free, and they're gonna be able to push the limits a bit more. RRQ Brazil, though, they're still leading, but look at how aggressive they start to go in that top side. Gusta Lagusta forced to retreat as of right now, as in the bottom side.
Wow, Takashi and Edward still going out of here on the bottom side, holding on to that turret, half health here. The enemy battle continues. Takashi looking to get in position, just going to focus on the turret. Can't get it though as the last minion goes down there, so still a back and forth. But Blacklist International lessening the gold lead from RRQ Akira.
Yeah, all it took was a second, and this is what Blacklist is known for, the rubber band right around that mid-game power spike. Now it seems like the sustainability is coming in check. I mean, you have the Estes, plus you have the Sparamies, and as we saw earlier, RRQ Brazil brought out all the guns. They brought out everything they could in that mid-lane skirmish and just didn't put a dent into Blacklist. I'm wondering if it has anything to do with these items.
I mean, to be honest, RRQ Brazil, they really need this Claude to start popping off, because if we take a look at that gold gap, it's quite evident, right? He is trying to get that cross corrosion scythe with the Swift crossbow, but I'm wondering if it's gonna pop up fast enough and if the damage is gonna be enough, because once again, I'm still doubting. I mean, I'm still very concerned of how sustainable Blacklist is going to be, especially now that we see that RRQ Brazil, they haven't had any chance to pick up an anti-regen item.
I mean, but Brazil is still being proactive on the map right now, still being aggressive. They've taken another tower in the gold side, and Blacklist, on the other hand, has only taken one from Brazil. Now, Turtle is going to be, no, Lord will be up in just very soon. So if Brazil can possibly secure this next major huge objective, it could help some secure this mid-game, but it's definitely not going to be easy. The gold has led up a little bit in the hands of Brazil. Now, I'm feeling good about it. I'm hoping Brazil can bring us to another game, but it's definitely not going to be easy.
Yeah, I mean, they're in a good position here, and that's why they're going to go ahead and start up the Lord Dance. Wise holding on to that Way of the Dragon here. I don't think anyone's going to commit just yet here, but on the bottom side, it looks like Oheb was going to be the focus, but already, look at that. The damage is there. Gusta Lagusta going to have to go back here, and still, it's a little bit of a dicey situation for RRQ Akira, and at this point, they have been putting pressure around the map, opening it up for themselves, but I don't think they're still in a comfortable position to actually fight this Lord just off the bat. They've got to still handle the sustain coming out. Yes, you have the boxer, you have the passive for you, but it's going to be up to Luis here as he goes in with a conceal, looking for the bottom side. Can't get Haji, though. They are chunked quite low. Cold Altar still going to be hold on. It's committed now. Oh, my Venus getting slammed down. Takashi goes in for another kill here. They're going to back off. They have the numbers advantage. Edward taking out Luis, though. Haji still up as well. RRQ Akira. Do they press the situation? It's a 1-for-1 trade here. It's going to be dicey. King, though, trying to decide if they want to go for it.
Gusta Lagusta opens up his ultimate here as Oheb.
Nice pickup there from Gusta Lagusta. Able to grab the kill, but is it still? That's the question. Wise is still there. This is not a green light just yet to start at the Lord, but Wise getting focused up by Takashi again. 1 versus 4 here in the bush. Gonna get dragged back a little bit. Takashi can't survive that as Haji grabs the kill. Killing spree. Meanwhile, RRQ Akira still working on the Lord here. Dawning Light comes out. Wise quite low. Took the bravest fighter. Now Edward trying to get some vision, an angle if he can. Gusta Lagusta, though, gonna push him back here. Still the fight for the Lord. Edward goes down. Cold Altar comes out. It's Wise with the Lord again. How does he do it? But RRQ Akira gonna push them back. Everybody quite low. Saigon with a huge Mystic Field.
I mean, win or lose here. That was one intense Lord fight. And I like the fact that Brazil didn't force that Lord fight. They did lose out on the Lord, but overall, they're still kind of controlling the map here. They take another tower. Now, quick second, because Oheb's Beatrix has picked up 8 games in M, has been picked 8 games in M3 with an 87.5% win rate. You match that up with the Estes win rate from earlier for Venus, and it is definitely spelling out for trouble, Eterna.
Oh, 100%. I mean, we're seeing the Filipino sniper himself go into action. I mean, need we remind you that he was the MVP of M3 Finals, right? And he even was able to pick out a skin for M3. So coming into this game, I'm not really sure if RRQ Brazil want to do that same thing that they did. That fight was a little too prolonged, and when it gets prolonged like that, it feels like Blacklist has the upper hand because of the constant healing that is happening by Oh My Venus. Take him out, great, but you have to go in, try burst him down. But Haji, he goes into the front line, deals a little bit of damage, but this is all allowing Blacklist to push that tempo as well as to zone away the members of RRQ Brazil.
Well, they're still going to be working on this tier 2 here. They might just be able to get it cleanly as they do. Dawning Light comes out. No one going to go down, though, but Map advantage is what Blacklist International wants here. Takashi going again and again. There's the Blessing of the Moon Gods. They find Oheb, and now it's Oh My Venus on the focus here. Haji going to be in a bad position. Johnny Light comes out. It's another that falls. Luis with a massive Way of the Dragon, finding Wise, and it's Edward in trouble now. RRQ Akira marching down the mid lane, totally taking out Blacklist International.
That is insane, and they want to keep going. Takashi with that dive forward, taking care of these towers, pushing forward. Are we going to see a game for Brazil trying?
Brazil going to push in. Haji holding on for dear life here. They've got the minion waves. It's only a couple seconds, and RRQ Akira is going to do it. They extend the series as they take game number 3.
RRQ Akira coming back, rising from the ashes, and proving that the L is not for lose, but it is for learn. So we're gonna see. Well, that's it. I mean, that was a huge show play, right?
Yeah.
He was able to get Wise off the board and take.
Man, RRQ Brazil answering back to the top Blacklist team. Remember, Blacklist is the previous champion of the M3. RRQ Brazil, their first debut battle in the M tournaments. And they are definitely doing good. God, look at their faces, man. Nice! Whew! Definitely giving us a good fight. RRQ Brazil, man. Answering back. What the heck? That guy was telling that to slam the table, man. Slam the table all you want, my bro. That guy who told don't slam the table. Who cares, man? Slam his face if you want. My God. Last na daw yan. It's about reputation. Table abuse. Slam the guy's face if you want, man. Because that beating Blacklist, even for only one game, that's a lot of bragging rights, if you can say. So don't stop him from abusing that table, man. But still, 2-1. Remember, Blacklist only needs one more win, and it's gonna be check Bush. Yeah, good for RRQ Brazil for actually answering back and making it an interesting match with the Blacklist. It's not good whenever the match is too one-sided. Though remember that Blacklist only needs one more win. Comeback maybe. Let's see. Gigil. Ginigigil ako ng stuff eh. Let him smash the table, god dang it. Elgin, your nation. We're PH. May Pogi sa Brazil. Doggy is actually on RRQ Brazil, but Brazilian version. There's a guy in RRQ Brazil that looks a lot like Doggy. The audacity of the staff. Try saying my name, Muhammad Islam. But still, so can't wait to see the next match. 9 minutes before the next match. Well, that's a lot. That's quite long. RRQ Brazil, Indian Pride. I mean, it already says Brazil, man. Elgin, I love your voice. Drink some water. Oh yeah, or kinda. Muhammad Elgin, Indian Pride, man. Everyone's Indian Pride. Moba Singh. The audacity, man. It's already RRQ Brazil and it's still Indian Pride, it seems. I love you, Brazil, from Anna. So what I really like about RRQ Brazil, like I said, this is actually their debut match, and they're already doing well, getting in the upper brackets. But still, though, despite that, personally, I think Blacklist will take this home. But it's good to see underdogs, because the underdog on this fight is definitely RRQ Brazil. But when the pressure is on, when there's so much pressure, even if it goes 2-2, even if it goes 2-2, man, I think Blacklist will take this, because Blacklist is used to this kind of pressure, man. Table table beating Indian Pride. By Black. But that's just my opinion. I would love to see RRQ Brazil win. But I think it's gonna go to Black. Elgin looks like Indian for real. And suddenly Akira wins. Yeah, it will also be good. It will also be good to see Akira win. It's gonna be an upset. If RRQ Akira wins this one, it's gonna upset. They're gonna surprise a lot of people if somehow RRQ Brazil pulls this out. I mean, Echo is getting ready for Blacklist. Some of the Onyx is also... Blacklist is one of their challenges, one of their hurdles to take down. If somehow RRQ Brazil takes them down instead. Yeah. But who knows, man? Who knows? Anything can happen. One thing for sure. Wise will keep on stealing that Lord. So, let's go check out your comments. Kamukha mo si Fuego. Really? Blacklist going down, said by Yosef. Actually, for me, anything goes, man. I just love a good fight. If you're gonna make me bet, though, right? Like, if we're gonna bet with real hard-earned cash, I'm gonna put my cash on Blacklist. But like I said, I would love to see RRQ Akira win. It's gonna be a huge upset. Hindi mo nga kamukha si Feg. Okay, I'm now confused. Bro almost forgot about the yesterday's underdog, THQ. Yeah, THQ was the underdog on that match. Elgin X myself. This is why Baksha really counters Estes, said by your mom. Which team is your least favorite? Hard to answer, man. Where is BTR Brands? BTR Brands? Pakistani Pride. What? Baksha Indian Pride. Oh, yeah. Your mom is right. Have you been interested to join huge ML tournaments? Please respond. Lawrence De La Cruz. Yeah, definitely. But like I said, it's hard to get ready in the pro. It's hard to enter the pro scenes, man. You have to practice and whatnot. Practice with your team. What was that pick? Have you been interested? Yeah, like I said. Blacklist did went to the lower bracket for. Yeah, that's one of the good things about one of the amazing things that Blacklist was able to pull through was that they were on the M3. Was that M3? They were on the lower brackets but still managed to win. That's why I said it will be nice to see a team from the lower brackets come out on top again. If you're gonna choose from the lower brackets, which team do you think has the chance to go to the finals or maybe even win the whole dang championship? That's why I think Blacklist is used to this kind of pressures. Burn X. Ooh. I think Burn X Flash has not yet won a single fight. Or it was Mina for sure. Occupy Thrones from Mina has not yet won a single fight. Did Burn X Flash win a single fight? I have not memorized my MLID, Leah. The Valley. Ooh. Valley. A lot of people are still rooting for the Valley. Tekashi. I know, right? So let's go to who do you think why do you think Veil is not in the M4? Veil is just not in the meta right now.
I'm gonna let the hero speak for itself.
Suggestion for this montage: background music, Travis Scott, Astro Thunder.
There you go. Perfect combination. And overall, a splendid performance by the Brazilians, RRQ Akira, but their job is not done here. Still, match point for side of Blacklist. Any expectations less?
I would like to see Coach Cabral, that is, do so much more. They won the draft, so go from there.
Okay, Tan Squad, let me throw it back to you. Let's see game 4.
Thank you for the wonderful toss. You know, we're not only the Tan Squad, I would like to think we are the most attractive desk in M4.
Whoa.
Most definitely.
That's heated.
I'm just sending shots out. But, I mean, speaking of Tekashi, they were talking about a little bit, talking about the style. Earlier I was mentioning the Western Riz, and right now, Akira is definitely bringing that. And I got a feeling they may just bring it again, but it's definitely not going to be easy. So,
for the guys asking, this is the upper brackets. We are watching the upper brackets duke it out. This is actually the final match on the right now for the upper brackets. Tomorrow we're gonna go to the lower brackets. Cause like I said, if Blacklist wins this, they're gonna be fighting RRQ Indonesia this time. Because RRQ Indonesia won their last match earlier. So those matches that we've watched yesterday and today, those were for the upper brackets. Tomorrow we're gonna start with the lower brackets, which is only best of 3, I think, right? On the lower brackets, it's only best of 3, cause so there's gonna be a lot of elimination once the lower bracket matches start. And once you get eliminated from the lower brackets, that's it. You're gone. Go home. Probably no more paying for the hotel. So best of 3 only on the lower brackets. On the first matches. Elgin is so tomorrow there's gonna be a lot of eliminated teams. If you lose on the upper brackets, you will just have to move on the lower bracket. So you still have a chance to go back. Yeah. It's gonna be fun actually to watch the lower brackets. Even though those teams were the ones that got kicked out to the lower brackets, it's still gonna be fun since that's a real knockout. Knockout matches. They're gonna be eliminated once they lose, and it's only on best of 3. So that's gonna be fast. Tomorrow is gonna be a fast-paced match. Echo, where is Echo? Echo won their fight, man. Echo dominated. Well, not really. Echo had a hard time, actually. Echo had a hard time yesterday on their match against the Malaysian Kings. Yeah, Echo THQ was a fun game to watch. Echo THQ, I think, is the best game we've had. It's the best match we've had ever since the M4. Ilan po kayo magkakapatid? Only 2. Why is LG not one of the casters? You sound so much like your videos. Actually, this is a different voice as compared to our videos. On our videos, we do a voice like this. Hey guys, what's up? Soli Martsabiskin is finally here, and it's looking amazing. His ultimate has all the hero and Abyss skins as background effects. There. Is the draft pick about to start? Yeah, very intense. The THQ and Echo. That was hype. Echo and THQ is certainly one of the best so far. Elgin voice, Indian pride. Again, guys, once the draft pick starts, we're gonna shut up and listen to the casters' thoughts on the choices of these two teams. Again, props to RRQ Brazil for answering back to Blacklist themselves. Were you ever invited to join? Not yet, Harold. We were never invited to join on PHML team. Because like I said, we do... Oh, here we go. Draft pick. Let's go draft pick first. Kamahalan. What's up, Kamahalan? So let's go draft pick first, guys. JS Mage?
Expecting them to, at least, even with the bans here, and it's RRQ Akira that's going to be on the blue side. We've got Blacklist International on the red, and already I like the bans from RRQ Akira, especially with that carry. Take it out, Kadita as well.
Yeah, so they've swapped once again. I think they're taking turns up until this point. But coming into game number 4 here, we see that carry as well as the Kadita is going to be the priority ban coming in from RRQ Akira, as well as the Joy and the Wan once again from Blacklist. Now, the question is, did you feel like there was anything in particular that they should have banned away? Do you think the Benedetta should be taken out?
Taken out away, I don't know, because I think they found their answer. I think it kind of goes back to what you wanted to see in Game 3 Eternity. We wanted to see RRQ Akira kind of play the same game, just play it a bit better. And I think finally they are playing a bit better. One thing that they are banning out here, though, is that Diggy. So even though they won that game, they know it can be a problem. But this can still now give some other choices over to Blacklist here. The glue still open once again, so I'm wondering, does Blacklist want to ban that out? Because Takashi did have a decent glue game earlier. Now, we do have a quote coming from Coach Zays. I heard RRQ Akira is a strong team, and I heard RRQ Akira can win against MPL ID teams in the scrim, and not only one MPL ID team.
So that means that, you know, they're keeping up with these powerhouse teams. And I mean, we saw it. We just saw it in the previous game here. But this is something that even us casters talked about before we got even to the group stages. You know, we were kind of contemplating how much time RRQ Akira had to practice, how much time and work they had to do with even RRQ Hoshi, right? And honestly, from game to game, there are games where it evidently shows here. And you got to remember, they're playing against these powerhouse teams, and so far, they've actually been doing a pretty good job. Now, first pick is going to be that glue.
You're right, the glue is going to be picked up first. Very prio here in this tournament, and I'd like to add on to your point. I think all casters, we have a briefing, we have a group study discussion, and one of the things that we did talk about was the fact that RRQ Akira, yes, they had a lot of coaching time with RRQ, but also the fact that they were a kind of pseudo Blacklist.
Yeah.
And it kind of just dawned on me that they're finally going against the team that they've looked so much up to. But going back into the drafting phase here, we see that the Benedetta once again going to be picked up from Blacklist as well as the Farsa. So now they're really switching things up, right? They have the utility coming in from the Farsa, the burst damage as well as the mobility in that middle lane. And in this current meta, that mid lane presence has been so important, and this is something that they can rely on and to take away what RRQ Akira brought to them in that previous game.
Yeah, I think it was game 1 where Haji had the Farza as well, and there was just some of that early game aggression rotating up. They got the pick onto Takashi in literally like the first minute or 2 of the game, so if they want to try to play a similar style here, Akira's going to have to watch out for that. But Saigen is going to be locking in that Xavier once again, and Louise on the Cho. So trying to keep it similar to last game and possibly run the same thing back.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? They're going to go with the same situation, at least with these two heroes here for now, and see if it works. And there you go, across the board. That's the Eztez locked in again. So I'm wondering if we see a Baksha ban here. Like if they just want to go ahead and take that out because of the way that the passive works. Also, like we were talking about the previous game where, you know, the fact that you can just roam around so quickly, you can literally roll around and you have that presence is something to worry about here. So we'll see if they leave it open or not, because honestly, the way that it was played from King the previous game was outstanding.
As well as a free dominance ice.
Yep.
Basically, right? That's what the Boxia had to offer in that game. But I don't think Blacklist agrees with you in the sense that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, they're still picking up the Estes. We didn't see too much of an impact that the Estes had, but that could be primarily because of how shut down Venus was. Now, this is a risky pick, the Farsa as well as the Estes, into a Cho game where we saw Luis just really pop off, and he's so good at that targeting that these two heroes, these two people, are going to be the main targets for RRQ Akira to take down first. But now, coming into the second phase of the drafts, we can see that the Claude is going to be the choice of ban for Blacklist. They want to eliminate the AoE presence and that damage to go into that backside. Yes, AoE. And from RRQ Akira, they want to start limiting Wise's hero. The Barrett's gone.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think the AoE damage is just a little bit too much with not only the Claude, but also the Xavier on the field. So Blacklist showing some respect to some of those picks. Now, I'm wondering what this last ban is going to be from them. They did not go for the Basha, so that is still open. They decide to ban out the Ling. I got a feeling we may see the Fairmaze ban here, because even though they beat it, it was still a problem, and now they don't have as much AoE damage. So that could be a possible ban from them.
Man, I'm wondering too, like with the last ban here from RRQ Akira, what they want to play in the jungle here, because, you know, options for, at least from what we've seen from King, is do they want to lean towards the more bursty, even assassin jungle that we've seen here? Do we possibly see another Leomord? Or who else is left open? Hayabusa, that's picked a lot here. But honestly, I think you're better off picking something more along the lines of utility. But there you go. Oheb going to be locked in here, or Beatrix going to be locked in here for
That is
Oheb.
actually
I'm so
Oheb.
used to seeing.
No, you're right. That's
yeah,
he
the
is
Filipino
literally
sniper.
the human Beatrix.
Yep.
You're right.
Locks it in. That's
That was the same issue, remember, at MSC?
MSC.
The Cho, Kufra, and Chakno.
Yes.
But yeah, the Beatrix is going to be picked up for Oheb, and I was wondering, right, seeing as RRQ Akira, they're relying heavily on the Xavier in the backline, would it be crazy for Blacklist to pick up a Yuzong in the jungle for Wise? But before we get into that, we're going to see the last two picks to round out the drafts that RRQ Akira want to bring to the table. And once again, the Boxia, like you guys actually predicted before, as well as the Irithel. So they're relying on that extra movement speed as well from the Irithel, and they're trying to run them down. Maybe go in for
Heavy dive,
Heavy
right?
dive,
Yeah, heavy
right.
dive composition for sure. And this is kind of what they did last time. He's going to rely heavily on Luis getting some of these picks and on Takashi disrupting that back line. The only problem I'm worried about is Oheb up against Gusta Lagusta here. Personally, I am just not the biggest Irithel fan. I like it against the 1-1, but even then, 1-1 can sometimes get the advantage. So I'm a little iffy about it, but we do see as a final lock in there, that is the Akai. I'm guessing it's going to be in the jungle. How do you feel about it, Nice?
I think Akai's probably your best choice here because you needed that utility. You're going against a Baksha again, and so now you're going to see these two junglers pretty much just taking the Demon Slayer emblems and fighting for objectives, right? That's kind of going to be the trend here for this game number 4 ahead of us. But also still, yeah, you have a lot of burst potential. You have the sustain. If Oheb can farm up and just kind of go in vacation mode, Blacklist International will be in a good position. But RRQ Akira, like we saw them do the previous game, they've got similar picks, right? They can still work around it. They can still force Blacklist International to follow their tempo. And still, this is going back. How does Luis start these fights up?
I don't know. We will see, because we are jumping into Game 4 in the Land of Dawn. Once again, this is Blacklist International going up against RRQ Akira in a best-of-5 series. Will RRQ bring us to a Game 5?
Remember, match point here for Blacklist. If they're going to get this game, if they can take this game, they're going to continue their journey, but Luis might not continue his.
Oh, there's the first blood here for Oh My Venus. Luis, you know, just taking too many hits this early on. That's not how you want to start it up. So now King going to be the focus here. They get the stun. He's in a bad position. You don't want to go down here.
Not like this.
Haji grabbing a kill. And already off to a strong start here for Blacklist International.
That is definitely huge and very troublesome for RRQ Brazil. Already 2 members down. Not only Luis, one of your prime roamers, but also your jungler.
Ooh, 2-0 start, looking quite shaky. And Blacklist has been able to get this even before level 4. And this is the one thing that we mentioned about Haji on the Farsa. She's going to have so much damage even without that Feather Airstrike. And the fact that she's able to have that mini stun when she can combo out her skills, it's enough for them to use that type of utility to take these really aggressive roamers from RRQ Brazil down.
I mean, not only that too, but you know, grabbing an early kill like this, always kind of what we see from these mid lane mages running the mystery shop. They get early kills, it gets even more devastating. And when you're talking about someone specifically like Farsa, who the burst damage is already there pretty early on in comparison to Xavier, who needs a little bit more time to build up here, that's going to be pretty devastating here.
Very devastating. And on top of that, like you mentioned, the Farsa, there's just so much movement. And once Blacklist gets a little bit of a lead like this, it's going to be very reminiscent of game 1. They're going to be hyper aggressive. They don't need to rubber band. They're just going to come in hard and fast.
Oh, Haji going to wings by wings. Should be just fine here. Now, position-wise, it looks like they're both still going to fight for the turtle here. King going to be taking quite a bit of damage. Like the final blow comes out. Edward looking for the kill. King, though, able to secure the turtle under the nose of Wise as they still continue on. Dawning Light going to come out here, but Wise and Takashi stuck together. Wise falling, Luis with the kill, able to pick one up themselves. Way the Dragon comes out too. Back and forth they go. Now it's Luis on the run. Still going to be chased down here. Can't bob and weave out of there. Trying to run for the hills. Edward on the hunt. It's Luis, but can't get away. Edward able to grab the kill.
He was so close to escaping, but unfortunately at the last moment, even before King was able to help him out, he had to get taken down. Now Blacklist with the 1,000 gold lead, but Haji in the mid side, he's gonna get taken down, and a really good trade for RRQ Brazil, as now they're gonna center their focus onto the next control on the map.
Taking a look at these items now, we are seeing OHEB with a nice advantage, very close to already getting that Blade of Despair in. Everyone else, pretty typical. The only major thing we have to look at is Edward with a slight gold advantage. Overall, though, in the gold lane, things are at a standstill, so that is one thing that Brazil does have going for them here. The gold lead has not escaped too much, only 600 gold, still 40 seconds until the turtle, so I wouldn't count Brazil out just yet.
Well, as you saw, Clock of Destiny now being picked up here by Saigon. He's going to try to catch up here with Haji a little bit, but still the focus on the bottom side. Going to make Gusa Lagusa do some work here, trying to bob and weave, avoiding those airstrikes, and still just going to get poked down a little bit, but look at the patience here. King and Louise waiting around, waiting for an initiation, as well as Wise. He's going to be walking in here in just a second, going to spot out King, and not sure if they want to commit onto it just yet. A lot of focus on these two gold laners by both teams as we find ourselves in a standstill. And even Saigon coming here from the backside for now.
What I do notice is that Blacklist, they need to be careful because they don't exactly have a strong initiator, whereas RRQ, they have Louise, but once again, Feather Airstrike gonna be popped off just to deal a little bit more damage, to have a little bit more clear, as well as to zone the members of RRQ Brazil away, but was it too quick?
Well, they know they don't have the feathered airstrike here. Going to be working on the turtle. Wise trying to go in. Heavy spin comes out. It's King again, securing the turtle under Wise. And now it's Oh My Venus going to be trapped here. OHEB there to back up Oh My Venus. Not going to commit though. They're still going to be chasing down Takashi. Could be in trouble. Gets out. Flicker from Saigon. Here comes Edward. Electo final blow, but he's going to get kicked by the way of the dragon. They find King, punishing him down. Make it 2. Blacklist International punishing RRQ Akira.
This is definitely very troublesome. Saigon trying to do something there, but Blacklist does not want to give this up just yet. It does seem like finally they're going to back off, but not until they push Brazil all the way back to their base. And at this point, Blacklist is just going to start hunting, taking out some of their jungle and feeding off of Brazil's own resources.
I mean, Farsa has been so huge in all of these skirmishes, right? And if we take a look at the sub-emblems, we see that she's going for more penetration, and even without those core items earlier on, she only has the Clock of Destiny, if I'm not mistaken. Without the Winter Truncheon, she's already dealing that much damage. So imagine the Winter Truncheon coming through. She has more damage from, let's say, the Holy Crystal if they want to be crazy about it. That's just so much magic damage that they need to be able to get free. Whereas when we look at RRQ Brazil, with the way they're going for these team fights, Luis is primarily just trying to protect Gusta Lagusta, and therefore he's unable to make those plays into the backline to eliminate these threats like Haji.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't completely count anyone out just yet. With Sagon not having any deaths, he wasn't too far behind Haji in terms of gold. He has also locked in the Clock of Destiny. Once he gets that Winter Truncheon, there may be some plays to happen.
There was the burst right there. They got to respect it, Luis. The bob and weave out of there, the feathered airstrike committed as well. You can already see, though, like some of the damage, especially from Gusta Lagusta, is building up here. Once he gets that Berserker's Fury, if he doesn't have it yet, it will be there. And then again, Electro Flash with that sprint is crucial here on the Irithyll pick. Conceal play gonna come out. Luis on the hunt, flickers in. Oheb able to dodge it, but King also gonna miss. They're gonna find Haji. He wings by wings out. And now it's Blacklist International on the hunt here. Still, RRQ Akira gonna back off. Edward there, though, in the bush. Wise working on the turtle for now. RRQ Akira, this is gonna be very tough to fight. Saigon's still waiting for that dawning light to be available. The Takashi goes in here. Now the turtle's still gonna be worked on. Everything being committed. Wise with a heavy spin. Able to secure the turtle. Pushing everybody back. Takashi, though, deep into enemy territory. Can he get away from this one? It's 4 members of Blacklist International, and you can't get away from that, Takashi.
Definitely cannot get away with that. The thunder has been quelled as Blacklist rolls forward on this match. I gotta say right now, it is definitely an intense game 4. The only thing that Brazil has going for them, and I was about to say it, but now it's not true, was they were even in towers. But at this point, Blacklist is coming in strong. Luis,
Luis, that is a misstep on his part, as that was 3 members. Now King trying to come up with a cutoff here, but still going to be the same situation. There's just too much sustain, not enough damage from Saigon just yet.
5,000 gold lead for Blacklist here in the 8th minute, and they're trying to push the tempo even worse. And here you go, Takashi. He's gonna get pinned.
Gets pinned down, heavy spin, able to pick up another kill here, and Blacklist International furthering their lead in this game 4.
It's so difficult, right? Because so far, like I've mentioned before, I do realize that Blacklist, they don't have a hard initiator. So they are relying heavily on Haji for these initiates. And it's working so well. And for the moment, and for the most part, RRQ Brazil, they haven't been able to even build that magic resist. We do see the cloak coming through for Luis, but it hasn't reached that point. Okay, there you go. The Athena shield finally being built, and he's the only person who can try and negate that much damage coming in from Blacklist. And the fact that he's only built it here in the 8th minute, 9th minute, it's no concern that Blacklist has been able to dominate this much already early on.
Yeah, and I mean, the big problem is the fact that he's just getting to hold on a second.
Okay, Wise, though, gonna use the heavy spin. Luis gonna get locked down here. Gonna be a kill going over to Oheb as they find one from RRQ Akira. They're still going around, though. Wise gotta be careful. They're gonna back off. Feathered airstrike to follow up, forcing out everything. And RRQ Akira now down 1 member. Lord in the taking for Blacklist International.
That is definitely bad. And before the downfall of Brazil interrupted me, what I was going to say was, the fact that they're just getting defense against Haji is definitely troublesome, because now, as we're into the 10-minute mark, we have Oheb to worry about, who has gotten a lot of items, and now King in trouble.
Yeah, there's no way you can get out of there. King was trying to get the opportunity to go for that retreat still if he could. I mean, that happened, you know, we saw that happen to the Turtles, but by this point, Blacklist International not going to let that happen.
Definitely not going to have to let that happen. But Brazil wants to keep on fighting. They find Edward there.
Oh, Edward, you can't escape that one. Gusta Lagusta able to pick up a kill. Feathered airstrike coming down. He's going to sprint out of there. Now Wise committing the heavy spin, looking for a cutoff. Finds Gusta Lagusta. One hit away, going to be able to survive. And now it's King going in. Wise could be in trouble here, but the damage from Oheb is too much. Takashi now going to be out of position, has to flicker out, still chased to the base, and just another hit away. Oheb just showing those guns and now focusing on the tier 2.
Lord already marching down there in the top side as Blacklist, even though they lost a member there, they are going to be able to still put that pressure in the mid as they're looking for more. Inhibitor turrets not taken down just yet, so for the moment, RRQ Brazil, they're still staying relevant in the game, although they are losing at 7,000 gold deficit. It seems like Blacklist have not found the means to be able to really penetrate through.
You know, Takashi right now is literally hanging on for dear life with his team. I mean, literally hanging on to every member of Blacklist, trying to just buy Brazil some time right now. Every time he goes in that back line, he is surviving a little bit longer. We saw him get caught up one time, but now, hold on.
Oh, no!
Coming down, look at the burst damage. Oheb picking up a kill. King gonna be out of position a little bit here. He was waiting for the moment that they could find anything. Gusa Lagusa, is he going to be stopped? He's able to survive a little bit longer. Still RRQ Akira trying to hold on, but again, Oheb has the damage. 6-0-2 on that iconic hero of his, and they might be pressing the situation even further. Focusing on the top side, going to go ahead and grab this inhibitor turret. King now finally back in the base here. Edward grabbed that bottom. They're holding on for dear life. Feathered airstrike going to be committed, and it's another one. Oheb able to secure another kill, pushing them back further. Wise cutting off Gusa Lagusta. Edward on the follow-up, but should be able to get away here. Base almost fully explodes. The flicker comes in. Can they still follow up? Gusa Lagusta still on the run. Where can he go? Blacklist
so
International on the hunt here. He's buying time, but at what cost? Still going, can't get the kill. Haji to clean up.
Definitely a valiant effort though, and at least he pulls Blacklist away from the base, and he does buy time in fact, but just enough time for the Lord to be back on the map into the hands of Blacklist.
But I gotta say, right, that was genius, because if he didn't pull that, they would have ended that game, but RRQ Brazil, with that play from Gusa Lagusta, they're going to be able to prolong and try and recalibrate themselves, recalibrate their mentality of what exactly type of gameplay that they want to go for here, even though Blacklist is going to be able to get this next Enhanced Lord. But looking at the items, things are looking quite bleak, right? I mean, the problem is Gusa Lagusta, she has her items, right? You already have the crit, you have the attack speed, but the problem is because of that range, because of how big that Farsa's ultimate is, he can't get close enough to deal the damage, and it must be so frustrating.
Yeah, definitely very frustrating, especially the fact that Luis can't get in there to help at all, right? Every time he goes in, he's getting melted down, but the question on everybody's mind, can they defend this push?
Well, they're going to have to deal with it as Lord in the mid lane. Flicker's coming in. Takashi trying to make a play, buy some time and some space. They're still going at Edward in the backside with Electro final blow. Dawning Light to follow up. It's not enough. Oheb does fall, but Gusa Lagusto as well. Both gold laners are down. Still the action ensues as Haji grabs a double. Takashi once again all alone here. Now Edward trying to push in the waves. Takashi trying to buy time. 3 versus 1 in the jungle. They just can't get this guy off of him. And Edward looking to end the game. Electro final blow comes out. Feathered airstrike. Look at the time. Takashi finally falls. And Blacklist International one step closer to making history as they take the series.
What are the Brazilian kings to the queen herself? Blacklist International.
And there we go. Blacklist winning for the upper bracket. So Blacklist is going to move up. It's going to be Blacklist versus RRQ again. But this time, it's going to be RRQ Indonesia. So the next fight that Blacklist will have is going to be against RRQ Indonesia this time. Man, look at them. So chill. Venus looking so chill. So still, props to the RRQ Brazil for giving us that bit of excitement on that third match. Again, but Blacklist is just on a way different level as compared to the new team RRQ Brazil. So see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be the lower bracket. What happened to the upper brackets is basically it's 2 Indonesian teams versus 2 PH teams. 2 PH teams is the Blacklist and Echo. two Indonesian teams is the RRQ Indonesia and Onyx. Normal lang yan. So good. Tomorrow is gonna be tomorrow is gonna be the lower bracket matches, wherein a lot of teams are gonna be eliminated. It's only gonna be best of 3. So tomorrow is gonna be a fast-paced matches for the lower brackets, and a lot of teams are gonna be eliminated tomorrow. So see you guys tomorrow 3 p.m. Pinaghampas na. Yeah, good game, guys. Yeah, like I said, our prediction would have been nice though to see RRQ, but still, Blacklist is just, I mean, they were the M3 champions for a reason, man. Yung nagtatambol nawala. Nawala na yung no more table smashing. So see you guys. Let's do our outro video. So again, guys, tomorrow is gonna be a lot of team eliminations for the lower brackets. So good night, guys. Thank you for watching, and share your thoughts in the comment section. I'm going to leave you with... Wait, that's not actually my line. Share your thoughts in the comment section. That's all for this video. Stay safe and thank you for watching. So, see you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.